안녕하세요. 지 이름은 센세이 무테키입니다. 오늘은 제가 선생님이 되어드리겠습니다. Still can't do the full Korean intro. Konnichiwa, minasan. Watashi no namae wa Muteki Sensei desu. Kyou wa sensei ni sasete kudasai. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Hello everyone. How are you doing? Where's my chat? There's my chat. How are you doing, chat? How are you doing? You notice anything different about tonight's setup? It's a podcast, but I'm alone. You notice anything else different? You notice anything else different about me tonight? I am not just alone. I am actually alone. Hal has been replaced. Wala eh. May collab siya eh. May collab siya with the live 2D VTubers eh. Hindi pa ako live 2D so hindi pa ako pwede eh. But you not notice that there's no one on my shoulder tonight? Like usually I have someone on my shoulder. Usually Nyaakasen is on my shoulder, but it seems like even Nyaakasen is not on my shoulder tonight. So I'm really alone. Tonight is going to be the very first episode of... Hold on. I was prepared for this. Give me a second. Then move out of the way because I will be blocking the screen. Tonight is the very first episode of the Extra Purriculars podcast. Pachi, let's go. And it's the very first episode of Extra Purriculars. This is a new podcast that I am starting on this channel, but I am not starting this podcast alone. In fact, this has been in the works for a very long time now, and it just so happened that the Muteki podcast came first. But I suppose that gave me... Is this extra credit? It's extra credit. Yes. Hello Monix. The Muteki podcast gave me, and later I will reveal someone. I will reveal someone new. Someone that's new but not really new, right? But the Muteki podcast has given us experience on how to actually run a podcast and the things that we need to do for it, the preparations we need to do for it. I'm hoping to make this a regular thing as well. So expect 2 different podcasts from the Muteki channel. The Muteki podcast with Hal and other guests, and Extra Purriculars. Now, I've been hinting at me not being alone tonight. So let me introduce to you my co-host for Extra Purriculars. My co-host for Extra Purriculars has always been here, right? She has always been on my shoulder in every single one of my streams. And tonight, she's revealing her new form? True form? Say hello to... Hold on. Again, I'm ready. I'm a professional VTuber. I know what I'm doing. Say hello to... Oh god, wait. I need to move. I'm gonna block. There you go. Say hello to... Nyaakasen! Nyaakasen is here. Nyaakasen! It's your cue. Wait, hold on. They can't hear you yet. There you go. That's your cue. Say hello again.
Oh no. Hello.
Hello, there you go.
Hello.
Isn't your avatar so
Hi,
cute?
hi,
Nyaakasen
everybody.
So
Yes.
would you
I
like to
am new
introduce
and
yourself?
improved.
New and improved. Indeed.
Yes.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Nyak?
I don't know, how should I introduce myself?
to
Hi,
you.
I am finally off Sensei's shoulders.
Yep. Finally.
This is how I look like when I stretch my legs.
when you stretch your ano ba, you stretch your powers, your natural abilities, you turn into
Yes.
the cosmic cat.
Yes, I am a space cat.
Space cat, yes. Is
Yes.
chat, is Nyaakasen coming through all right? Huwag ka na bumalik dyan. Chloe saying, huwag ka na bumalik sa balikat. Unfortunately, because of our current setup tonight, Nyaakasen won't be able to see the chat. This is actually, if you saw my Twitter announcement, this is actually...
No, I think I can see it now.
You can see
I
you
can
can
see
see
it
the
now.
chat? Nice.
Yeah.
There would be a short delay because you're not seeing it live, I don't think. Or maybe you are seeing it live.
Yeah.
You are seeing it
I'm
live.
not
Yeah.
sure.
What's the
Yeah, I
last
probably am. Yeah.
thing that you can see in the chat?
Streamlabs.
Oh, okay. Then you're seeing it live. Yeah. Perfect. It's gonna be a little small. Can you read it?
Okay. Yeah, I can read.
Okay, because I think you're seeing it from. So, to explain and also Monix is saying this is my first time seeing Nyaakasen. Monix says hi, Nyaakasen.
Oh no, it's a you're experiencing like a sort of Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
I've always been on Sensei's shoulders, but you never realized.
Indeed. For the longest time, Nyaakasen has been without voice because she has been in one of her cosmic excursions into the deepest reaches of outer space. But wait, that's kind of weird because she's here but she's not here. Anyway, you get the point. But she's now here with us tonight and she will be my co-host for the Extra Purriculars podcast series. So this is the very, very first of what I hope would be an ad infinitum series, right? Like forever and forever until the heat death of the universe. We'll see about that. But anyway, just to explain a little bit, no? Yes, you wanted to say something?
No, I was gonna say that won't happen as long as I get fed, I guess.
Make sure to feed Nyaakasen bits. Nyaakasen loves the bits.
Yes.
If you don't feed her bits, she will cause the universe to end. See that symbol on her forehead? What is that symbol on your forehead?
It's a birthmark.
It's a birthmark. It's the birthmark that also hides your cataclysmic, cosmic ending powers. Buti pa sila may forever. Chloe, please.
Yes, and in my infinite power, I am just here to discuss K-pop of all things.
Wait, before we go to the actual topic, Dark Star Nyaakasen. Oh, right. Yeah, your color scheme is like the Dark Star skins from League of Legends. That's not intentional.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. The Dark Stars are really cool. I like them. They're the villains of the Star Guardians. So you have the Star Guardians, the Sailor Moon-like appearance.
The Maho Shoujo. Skins. Yeah.
Indeed. And then Dark Star is their villain, the counterpart villain. By the way, again, chat, just a quick check. Is Nyaakasen going through clearly? Can you hear her clearly? Is her audio okay? Is Nyaakasen coming through clearly? Because our setup is, so if you checked on Twitter, I hinted at this being an off collab, and that's true. Nyaakasen is actually here with me right now, but we're using different microphones. So I'm using my usual mic, but Nyaakasen is using a different mic. So it might make her sound a little muffled. I hope it's not a big problem. I hope it's not a big deal.
Ooh.
And hope you can still hear her clearly.
Sensei locked me up inside the closet.
Now you're coming out of the closet. Maayos naman daw. Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm coming out.
At least you're not getting cut when you sing, right? Because that's a problem with other guests when we have them on Discord. When they're using their microphones, when they sing, they get cut for some reason. Like Discord thinks the high pitches noise. But at least you're not getting cut. Okay.
Yeah.
So tonight, think of this as like a continuation of last week's podcast. We will be discussing K-pop again, more on K-pop, right? We'll do more K-pop discussions. But last week, the K-pop discussions were sort of limited to mostly Gen 3, Gen 4 because our guests last week, Ren, Kira, and Chi, they're more, they're more familiar with, they're more acquainted with Gen 3 onwards and mostly Gen 4. Nyaakasen, on the other hand, is more, why don't you say more about your experiences with K-pop? Do you want me to start showing the slides as well? There are slides tonight, by the way.
Yes, I came fully prepared, over prepared, I think.
As are all of the people in Motekiyu. We all come over prepared. We all
Yes,
have
we
our
are all
slides.
overachievers.
Which makes me really happy.
Sensei's class is full of overachievers. Yes.
Indeed. Should I start showing the slides or do you want to say a few more things before we start?
We can start.
We can start. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just move out of the way so I'm not going to be blocking the slides. Then let's turn the lights off so you can focus on the slides. And there you go.
Yun yung AVP.
Yes. Siyempre, may technology yung ating we have AV technology in our little podcast
nung panahon ko, OHP lang eh.
Hey, stop the age reveal.
Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah.
last week, I think the focus of the discussion was more of like it sounded like more of an educational discussion because despite Sensei, I know you know a bit about K-pop, but you're not like in too deep into it, right?
No.
Yeah, you only have like secondhand experience.
I wonder from whom. I wonder from whom is the secondhand experience coming from.
Yes.
Mm.
Partially involuntary, I feel.
For those who don't know, right?
But it's all good, right, Sensei? It's all good, right?
Yeah. I have no choice, but yeah.
Oh
also,
no.
Chloe is saying, sheesh, hindi default PowerPoint template.
Oh yes, like I said, we are overachievers here at Moteki University. Yes.
Yeah. You were saying something. Sorry.
But yeah, so it was more of an educational discussion, but this time I think I wanted to do a more personal discussion, like, and talk about my personal experience as a K-pop fan. Yeah. So I think I wasn't sure if
something's bothering me with the spacing of the word fan. It's a little off-center.
Yeah.
It's like a little to the right.
I don't know why.
It doesn't
I don't know
matter how
why
hard
when
you
I
try,
exported I exported that PowerPoint into a PDF and it turned out like that.
Oh no.
The spacing was fine on Google Slides. I don't know.
It's probably
the kerning
because
went kaput.
Yeah, the K, the vertical line of the K is a stronger, weightier line, I guess, compared to the curve of the P. So it looks like the fan word is more to the right, but measuring it physically with my finger, it's about the same. I'm just bothered. It's okay.
I don't know why. In my Google Slides, actually K-pop fan was in one line, and then when I exported it. Yeah, I don't know.
I hope
maybe something to do with compression or I think I checked the rest of the slides, but I finished my slides like at 3 a.m. in the morning, so I didn't bother fiddling with the text anymore. So I'm like, it's gonna be like the title slide lang naman.
Baka daw iba size. Chloe saying baka iba size.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It still looks pretty. It looks nice. It's not the default PowerPoint template.
Yeah, it's not blank. I tried to make it cute and within Sensei's branding because it's pink and purple.
Speaking of while you were making these slides, right? When you were making these slides, I was making immersion break, but I was preparing your new Fugi model. So inadvertently,
and Sensei did such a good job.
Yeah, thank you. I wasn't quite sure because that was like late into the evening, the only time I ever have the chance to actually make assets for the stream. So Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
While I was making the new fugi, right? I did not know that Nyaakasen was still not done with the slides. So we were technically working together but without each other's knowledge. We sort of surprised each other because around like what time was that? 3, 4 in the morning? You sent me the
Yeah.
slides, and then I told you I also want to show you something, and I sent you the photos.
Yeah, I was like, these are my slides. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Good night. Tapos biglang yung nag-reply ka pa. You're
I did
awake.
reply, look here. Here's how you would look like on my stream. Hey, hello, Mina. I do love the look. Yeah, right. Mina's in the chat.
Hello,
In case you
Mina.
couldn't see.
Glad you could make it. Yes, I can see.
Okay.
Do love the look of what? Of my slides or of me?
But I wasn't sure if Mina was here from the beginning. Can we turn the lights on again so Mina could see how you
Okay.
actually look like? See how cute is that? So cute.
Yeah, Sensei, you did such a good job.
The face is so fat.
I'm very happy.
Like Luna.
Yes.
Luna from Sailor Moon, right? That's
Yeah,
from Sailor
Luna
Moon, right?
from Sailor Moon.
I came in a few minutes. Okay. Perfect. Let's turn the lights off again so we can focus on the slide. So what do you have for us, Nyaakasen? What do you want to share with the class? I guess we just jump right into it.
There's an outline in the next slide.
You have an outline? Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yes, I have an outline. Yes. Okay, so well, we can go off tangent and we don't have to follow this strictly, but this is like what I prepared. So for the first part, I wanted to share how I got into K-pop in the first place, and then second part, like what my experience was as a fan growing up as a second, third gen fan. And
so Gen 2, Gen 3.
Yeah, and then later we might get a little spicy because I do have some hot takes, and probably no one really wants to hear it, but well, you're here in the podcast, so you're forced to listen to it anyway. And then of course, it won't be a Mutekiyu podcast without us quizzing the sensei.
Mina has a very good question. What is a second to third generation K-pop fan?
So yeah, in the previous podcast, they did have this discussion where K-pop has developed over like the past few decades, starting in the early 1990s to what it is today. And there were specific points in time where there was like a shift in what K-pop became during those times, and that's how people separate them into generations. So in the first, like in a nutshell, I guess, in the first generation, it was when after everything that happened in South Korea after the war, and when they had this economic boom and they started opening up their borders, they were there were influences of R&B, hip hop that came into their I guess zeitgeist in music, and then there were Korean artists who adopted those styles and made it into their own, and it introduced into the general population like what was known as like the first wave of K-pop, or the first generation. Then second generation happened when they started the whole idol thing, when these Korean entertainment companies discovered that, oh, we can take this model from Japan, the J-pop idol thing,
J-pop idol,
the system, and then they made it into their own more rigorous system. And they started like quote unquote manufacturing idols. And then along the second, third generation, that's when they discovered that they could export idols abroad. So previously they only focused on the Korean market, and then they discovered, we can export our culture to Japan, China, Southeast Asia, and then now with after BTS, Psy, and Wonder Girls and Blackpink became popular in the West, um, now they have their eyes set on the Western market. So I think that's um, where you can now see yung they have this focus on social media,
Yeah.
putting out content. So they're not just
Exactly.
idols anymore; they're content creators. So
Yeah.
I think that's what the focus of the fourth gen is right now.
Yes.
And now we're heading into the fifth gen. I don't know yet how different they are, but people are saying that it's already starting.
Right. But we did learn from last
I
week
hope,
that
yeah.
that Gen 5, it's still unclear if Gen 5 has actually already started.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is still
Yeah,
some contentious opinions on which group started Gen 5. I'm actually showing is everything okay? I'm actually showing on screen
Oh yeah,
now
sorry.
the different
I
generations.
scratched my shoulder. I'm sorry.
May Alolan variant din ba sila parang Pokemon? I mean, if you want to have forms, I think what comes to mind would be for some reason 2 a.m. 2 p.m. They're kind of like sister groups, right? But they have different focuses.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's
I
also
guess you can see it that way. There are like regional variations.
there's also the
Especially
subunits.
since,
Yeah.
subunits, and also some groups tend to share concepts because you can only have so many.
And then
So, yeah.
TVXQ, DBSK, right? There's a Japanese
It's
variant
just
and then there's a Korean
it's
variant.
just a name.
It is a name, but
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm showing again the different generations.
So
Supposedly
yeah,
it is
in those
hmm.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just gonna say supposedly it's supposed to be divided by years, but the border is sometimes blurry.
It's kind of fuzzy,
It
yes.
is fuzzy. Like for example,
Yeah, but
one of your favorites.
it just so happens that those groups in those generations are the ones who were popular during the time.
Yeah. Like for example, one of your favorites, right? TBSK. There's it's unclear if they're still part of Gen 1 or Gen 2. Generally, they are held as the
Yes.
group that started Generation 2. But as with everything that lies on the border, sometimes it's hard to really classify. Are you still part of Gen 1? Are you already Gen 2? Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, especially since, the companies that produce these groups, they produce several different groups within like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And these generations like span decades sometimes. Or like close to like a decade. So it's kind of hard to place them specifically.
You know what I learned last week, speaking of big companies? You know what I learned? I forgot
What?
maybe, or maybe I just learned. I don't really know. But SM, who's the SM and SM Entertainment used to be a person, or it still is a person, right? But the SM is a person.
There's a whole thing with that now. Actually, funny you say that.
Yeah.
That's true. That SM Entertainment started with Lee Soo-man. Lee Soo-man was yes. Lee Shumart. He was a TV personality. I don't remember if he actually was a singer in the past, but he started SM after he went to the US and got exposed to all the music there. He's very influenced by Motown, R&B, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of the artists from SM have that sound.
Yeah, you're right.
Also that's why I'm pretty biased because I like that kind of sound. So yeah, a lot of them are influenced by those kinds of artists. So yeah, anyway, he started that company, but now I think it was just early this year he kind of got kicked out of the company.
Really?
because of some corporate shenanigans.
He got kicked out?
I think he tried to sell
his own company?
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure, but actually, he doesn't own it anymore. He's not part of the board. I think he was he was in the company in a producer capacity, I think,
Uh-huh.
because that's what he really wants to do. He's more of a producer,
Mm.
and talent developer, parang ganun.
Mm.
So,
So he wasn't the CEO.
but he still owned like majority shares, I think. He still owned a lot of the shares.
Okay.
And I don't know what went down behind the scenes, but if you know anything about Korean chaebols or like the megacorps of Korea, like Samsung, Kakao,
Wait.
so many of these companies.
Wait, chaebols is a word? It's not just you making up a
Che-
word.
No, it's a word.
It really is
It's
a
what
word.
yeah, it's what
Chaebol, okay.
the Koreans chaebol. It's what the Koreans call these megacorps.
Sorry, I
They're
interrupted. Yeah.
they represent like a majority of the GDP of Korea, essentially. So if they go down, their economy goes down. So there's a lot of corruption and embedded into that system, unfortunately. Anyway, yun, so there was like this big hullabaloo with Lee Suman selling his shares, I think, to Hybe. Because there were talks of SM Entertainment getting Hybe, the company of BTS.
The Hive, the company BTS. Yeah, Hive. That was mentioned
No,
last
it's
time
not
as
Hybe,
being
it's
the fourth.
Hybe.
Hybe.
It's like hype. It's like hype, but with a B.
The
so it's Hybe.
Oh, what? Okay. That was Hive.
Yes.
Hybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not Hybe. It's Hybe.
Hybe.
Yes.
Alright.
I don't know the details. Maybe someone else in the chat has more knowledge on this. But what I remember is, there were talks of SM Entertainment getting bought by Kakao. Kakao is like Korea's biggest internet something.
Yeah.
Basta they own a lot of internet related stuff and also entertainment companies. And if they were to acquire SM, they would have. It's like Disney getting Fox, something like that, or
they would almost have a monopoly over the entire entertainment
yeah,
sector.
Yeah, almost like that. So I'm not sure why Lee Suman was against it. I don't know. Anyway, he what happened is he tried to sell his shares to Hybe. So that the Kakao deal wouldn't push through. But what happened was nagkabaliktaran sila.
Wait, what?
What happened? I think Hybe sold his shares to Kakao eventually, something like that.
Everything is now part of Kakao.
Yeah. So now they're part of Kakao.
So SM
and
is
he's
part
out of
Kakao.
shares, so
Hybe
he's
is
out of the
part
company.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's they did this whole YouTuber thing where the president of SM released a video statement saying that this is what happened, so and so. I didn't watch it because I was like, whatever, I don't care. But it was funny. So anyway, he's out of SM now. But it's still called SM Entertainment.
Sometimes even if the name of the progenitor is no longer the meaning of the company name, they still use the company name.
Yeah,
okay.
So yeah, that's what happened.
I see. You'd think, right? Korea is kind of a clean sort of country, but it's still there's still some corruption going on in the back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially since a few companies and I would say families as well, right? Because most likely the companies are owned by families. Only a few families really own the big GDP contributors of Korea. No wonder, it's not a big surprise that there would be some corruption going on in the back. I would like to think Korea, Japan, they're very noble. They have spotless governance, but anyway. It's just funny that even in the entertainment sector, the controversies thrive.
Of course.
No country is immune from corruption. Indeed, Monix. That's true. 100%. 100%. Yeah, such is the world we live in. Anyway, before we go down that dark road. So yeah, that's the generations. It's really just a way for, I guess it's a fan-made thing. It's right? The idea of separating groups into
I wouldn't say it's a
generations
fan-made thing.
Really? Huh.
No, I don't think so. It's more of like how like I said, they just mark like a shift in how
Mm.
K-pop was being consumed or being marketed.
Mm. But the labeling came from the fans, right?
And
Like,
that,
it's the companies did not think of, oh, this
mm,
is Gen 1, this is Gen 2. It just naturally
you know what?
happened.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I see.
I'm not sure.
I see.
It could have come from like the media,
Could be.
right?
True.
I'm not entirely sure where
Mm.
the term generations came about,
Mm.
but yeah.
Yeah. But before
Yeah.
we
So yeah,
completely... Yeah.
mhm.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I
No.
was about to say...
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We're both very excited to discuss K-pop. Surprisingly, I mean, me surprisingly, you not surprisingly. Anyway, I think...
Don't call me out like that.
So, before we completely leave the topic of K-pop generations, there was one thing that Hal also pointed out last podcast that I also would like to point out again. No, it's really interesting how the generations also show the evolution of the style of K-pop. Like Gen 1 is very right. Gen 1 is pretty much the idol culture almost being transported or transplanted directly into Korea. And then Gen 2 saw, okay, we take the idol system and then we add a Korean culture flavor to it. And then Gen 3, you can really see from the music and the groups that belong under Gen 3, right? You could really see how the global expansion happened. And then Gen 4 is where things got a little experimental. And now in Gen 5, everyone is like named after an equation. So I don't know what will happen. Sensei, blink twice if you need help. No, it's okay. I can't blink, unfortunately. Well, I can blink, but I can't blink twice. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Whether it's fashion, concepts, music, or even fandom, each generation is representative of changes that reflect pop culture trends, industry shifts, and aesthetics. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Shall we go back to the slides? I just wanted to show the generations as we discussed them from the last podcast.
Yes.
All right.
Yep, let us.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm done with the outline. We can move on to part one.
So let's start
So
with
part
one.
How my life went downhill. Okay, so actually I owe my entire obsession with K-pop to this one viral video back in 2007. If any of you remember when Jake Cyrus was still Charisse Pempenko.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so they guested in a show called Star King where they sang alongside members of Super Junior.
Oh, really?
And yes, so they sang A Whole New World with a member of Super Junior. And at that time, actually, I didn't think much of it. I didn't really look at the members so much. I didn't really care. But my sister kind of fell head over heels over one member.
Which
who's actually not a part of Super Junior anymore. His name is Kim Ki-boom.
Ki-boom. Yeah, I remember him. He's the big
Ki-boom,
dude, right?
yeah, she had a huge... No, he's
not
big.
big. Not big as in like... Does he not have like muscles? Like big in terms of muscles?
No.
Is he not?
No, he's more of like a boy
Who am I
next door
remembering
type.
then?
Nope. No.
I'm probably remembering someone else from Super Junior. Anyway.
Probably. I don't remember anyone muscly in Super Junior.
Really? Isn't Ki-boom the
I think
muscly
you're
one?
thinking of Shiwon?
Oh, maybe Shiwon.
Yeah. Or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, yeah. Well, her first crush was Kim Ki-boom. So, starting from there, she fell down the rabbit hole and dragged me down with her. Yeah, and then she started researching about Super Junior. Then she found out that they were like a group of 12 members. And she watched their videos and showed them to me, and I was like, who's that guy? And I saw Hichol, the one that looks like a girl.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, that is saying I only remember Hichol. So exactly, Hichol's the most memorable member. So yeah, I got interested in Hichol. So from there, um, the both of us started consuming whatever we could online about them. So there were like the music videos, they had variety shows, they had um, guestings in these kinds of like contests and shows also. Because the thing with Super Junior is they're not the most talented when it comes to singing or dancing, but they're very funny. I think their skill lies in their personality.
They're entertaining.
They're extremely funny and yeah, they're very entertaining. And right now, actually, there's only a couple of them who still pursue an actual music career, but majority of them, I would say, have gone on to become hosts or MCs, or they have their own show. Yeah. So, yeah. In the next slide,
Kiboom is an
so I
actor
have
now. There you go.
yeah, he's an actor. But I'm not sure how active he is because for a time he kind of disappeared from the media.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing several articles of welcome back Kiboom. Welcome back Kiboom.
Yeah, exactly. He disappeared. No one knew where he went. I guess he just wanted out of the spotlight or something. Because for a time he was extremely popular.
Yeah.
And you know how hard it is to become popular.
Yeah.
Especially as a K-pop artist in
There's
Korea.
so much competition.
Yeah, so yeah.
Like Oshinoko
And also
is not so
fans
far
are
off, right?
extremely
Yeah.
And people are very obsessive.
Indeed. Yes.
Speaking of obsession, so this is how I became obsessed. So
Explorers of the human body. Okay, I remember that.
yeah, so yeah. Super Junior had this show called Explorers of the Human Body. Where like in each episode they would test their bodies. And you know, discover weird things about the human body. And they would bring on guests sometimes, and it's a very funny show. Actually, I would say it still holds up now. If you're a fan of Japanese slapstick humor, it's kind of like that. Like they smell feet, they eat hot chili. Yes, they smell feet. They eat hot chili and test like the Scoville ranking of each chili. What else? They hold their breath underwater and they try to give each other oxygen through the mouth. So, if you can imagine that.
Okay, I have a question in the picture because I remember the face of one of them. Who is that dude in the rightmost side of the circle? The one with pinstripe, like a pinstripe.
The
shirt.
chubby guy?
The chubby guy, yeah.
The chubby guy? Yeah, it's Shindong.
Shindong. Okay, I remember his name too.
Yeah.
I remember him being
the
the chubby
only K-pop idol to ever get away with being fat. Yeah, it's this whole thing.
How does he look like now?
He's still fat-ish.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But he's not fat. He's not fat, but fat-ish. And you know, I'd say he's pretty normal looking, but you know, for Korean standards, he's pretty big.
For idol standards, he
it's
does
the
look
chubby guy.
big. Yeah, the chubby guy. Yes.
The cool thing about him though is he's one of their main dancers.
Oh.
Yeah, so even though he looks big, he's kind of limber.
Yeah, he kind of does look like a dancer. I don't know why. He's giving off really dancer vibe.
You know what's funny there is, I think they had an interview before where they asked each other, like the members of Super Junior, they asked like what were their first impressions of each other when they were still trainees. And a lot of them said that they thought Shindong would be a great singer. Because he's fat. And he would sing like Pavarotti or something.
Oh no.
They were surprised when his talent was that he could dance really well.
He tested positive for COVID last November 12, 2021.
Why are you Googling?
I it's what I do. I have to make sure that I am keeping up to date with what people are discussing. That's why I'm Googling.
Okay. All
I'm being
right.
a good host, okay?
So yeah.
Mm, mm,
So here in this show, which I watched the entirety of,
mm-hmm.
in one episode they had a competition against
Mm-hmm.
TVXQ
TVXQ.
where
Okay.
they played dodgeball, I think, and I think they were measuring how high people could jump or how far or like how strong they
Mm.
could like smack the ball or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think they also did archery against each
Archery.
other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, physical feats. And I was so annoyed because like, who's this TVXQ dudes and why are they competing against my Super Junior? So
The
I was
possessiveness has
feeling
begun.
territorial.
Territorial,
Yeah,
yes.
because who are these suddenly coming in and owning Super Junior? Because they were owning Super Junior. There
Mm-hmm.
was 12 of them against 5 of TVXQ.
And
So
TVXQ
um
was winning.
yes, and it's funny because in like a previous episode, the Super Junior members were all crying from eating so much chili.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they all tried the butjolokya, which I think at the time was
Butjolokya.
the
Yeah.
spiciest chili at
Spiciness
that
chili.
time.
Yes,
No,
yes, yes.
wala pa yung I think the Carolina Reaper hadn't been developed yet
Yeah, the ghost
during that
pepper.
time.
Yes.
Yeah. So at the time it was the butjolokya, and um one of the members of TVXQ got fed the butjolokya. They were doing it as a dare, and that guy was Jejong,
Mm-hmm.
and he took the chili and said, "I think this would do well in like bibimbap or something." And they
Mm.
were like, "What the fuck, man? Aren't you gonna cry?" It's like, "No, it's good." So I was like, "What the fuck are these devils? Who are you?"
Wait. Pop quiz. Pop quiz.
So yeah,
Who's older?
mm-hmm.
Who's older? DBSK or Super Junior? And by how much? By how
What
many
do you mean
years?
older?
Who
What do you mean
started first?
older? TVXQ debuted first,
Do you know the
and
difference? How many
then
years in between?
I think it was just a year.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
What? Why are you laughing? Oh no, I'm gonna
TVXQ
get schooled.
was formed by SM Entertainment in 2003. Super Junior started in
Yeah.
2005. So, about 2 years.
No,
You're close.
but
Yes.
no.
Okay.
The
Okay.
thing is,
Uh-huh.
TVXQ debuted December 25, 2003.
Mm. How did you know?
So it's at
How
the
do
end
you
of the
remember?
year. I know
It
because
is. It is.
they sang
Yeah.
with Boa and they sang like a Christmas song.
Yeah, I
That was their
remember that video.
debut.
I remember that video.
They were singing in like tie-dye shirts and wacky
Okay,
hair,
fine, fine.
singing
You
I
know
think a
more than
Christmas
me.
song.
Okay, fine, fine. You get
So
to
yeah,
keep your
I'm
K-pop
not
fan
sure.
card, your DBSK
Yes,
and
thank
Super
you,
Junior
thank
fan
you.
cards. Okay.
Why is Mina making faces? Oh no, I'm being judged. I don't care.
Prior to being called Super Junior, what was the name of Super Junior? They kept this name from 2005 to 2006.
Oh my god, they had a stupid name. It was like a flower thingy
Oh,
or
that's not
Four
even what I
Seasons or
found.
something. No, really?
Yeah.
I don't quite remember.
Super
What?
Junior 05.
Let it go.
The
05?
wiki says they were also known as Super Junior 05 from 2005 to 2006.
Ah, yeah. I have a feeling that was because as far back as Super Junior, SM was already trying the concept of NCT where people would graduate.
Ah, you're right. Yeah. The
Yeah, so
revolving door
maybe that's why
strategy.
they had that's why they had like the year at the end of their name.
Mm.
But eventually they just, stuck with the core members that they had.
Okay.
So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
so that's where I discovered TVXQ.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, who is this guy eating butjolokya like it was nothing? And so yeah, I googled them, and yeah, me and my sister discovered their discography, and lo and behold, they're fucking good singers. Yeah, it's crazy because in the show EHB, they didn't look that nice.
Okay.
Probably because they were out doing sports, right? So like who looks good doing sports?
Yeah.
Um yeah, so they didn't look cute. But in the
Mhm.
music videos, I was like, holy shit, who's this guy who looks like anime? Who looks
Mhm.
more anime than the Japanese idols that I see? Turns out
Mhm.
it was Jejong. So from there, I was like, my brain melted. So there. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I got obsessed.
Mhm.
And yeah, I found out that they sing really well, they dance well. They also sing in Japanese. So me being the weeb that I am, also got interested in their Japanese discography.
Mhm. I didn't know
So,
DBSK
mhm,
had a weird, a tentative name. I'm reading their wiki right now. When they were still
mm,
doing their early recording sessions, the group was offered some tentative names to use, and the article lists a few, but the one that stood out to me was, oh my gosh, I might butcher the pronunciation, Ojang Yukbu, or literal translation, the five visceras and the six entrails. Why?
I'm glad they stuck with Rising Gods of the East, which is still cringe, but it's better.
There's one more. Wait, there's one more.
And Trails.
Yeah. So the five viscerals and the six entrails. That's the meaning. That's the meaning
Who's
of
this?
Ojang Yukbu. Yeah.
Who's the sixth? There's only five
I
of
don't
them.
know. And then there's another name that they were offered. John Myokgo, short for John Seolyul Myokgo Sanyun Gore, or a whale that
Wow.
eats legends.
It's probably more poetic sounding in Korean.
Probably.
Probably.
A whale that eats legends. Oh, but that makes sense
There's
because
probably a metaphor somewhere. I don't know.
yeah. Because according again to the article, Lee Suman, with the disbandment of Hot and the departure of Shinhwa, they wanted to have another boy band that could compete against other popular idol groups. So maybe that's where a whale that eats legends comes from.
Probably,
They want
yeah.
to like consume everything else and be the top team or be the top group or whatever like that.
Mm. I do remember like there was a documentary, I think
Mm.
way back. Where HOT or
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
hot
hot.
HOT.
HOT, sorry. Is it
Um
HOT, not hot?
they
I keep saying hot.
It's
Mm.
HOT. It's
HOT.
HOT. Their name stands for I think High Five of Teenagers.
Yes, high five of
Stupid.
teenagers.
Anyway.
It is kind of, yeah. I was gonna ask, what's the
Anyway,
meaning of
yeah, it sounds
HOT?
cool
Yeah.
probably in Korean. I don't know.
Mm.
Back in the day, whatever English that they could use sounded cool already.
Mm.
So yeah, when TVXQ debuted, I think officially, because when they debuted during Christmas time, it wasn't like their official debut. It was like their first public appearance.
Mm.
But when they debuted in a music show, I think some HOT members were in the crowd and they were saying like, how are these guys called Rising Gods of the East gonna live up to their name? Because it's like such an impossible name
Mm.
to call yourselves gods. Wow. And
Yeah.
then when they showed up, they were like, oh, we see why. They're like, because at the time HOT was like huge, but they disbanded due to like different things. Then I guess they were thinking like, how are they gonna fill our shoes or something? And then when they saw how different they were at the time, that's when they admitted to themselves like, these guys are something else.
Yeah. To be fair, they really were. And in hindsight, they
Yeah,
really
they were
are.
at the time.
At the
Yeah.
time and even
Yeah.
now, in hindsight, they really they
They're
continue
still
to
very
be, right? Yeah,
respected.
not just
Yep.
respected, influential.
TVXQ were still active, but just as a duo, because
Yes.
the other three already left.
Mm.
and they formed their own group, but that also fell apart.
Hmm.
And they're pretty much solo artists now. And Jae-jung is already the CEO of his own entertainment
Oh, he
company.
is he. Ah, that one I didn't know.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's
cool,
why
cool.
it's so funny. He opened like a Google form
A Google
Google
form.
form poll before. Yeah, very recently he was asking, like, I'm gonna start a company and I want my own fandom name. So you guys think of a fandom name for me. And for some reason, the name that one was Boss Babies. So
Boss
I am officially a
babies.
boss.
Yeah,
I'm a
I'm a
boss
boss
baby.
baby. Oh
Yeah,
no, boss
so cringe, but
baby.
I don't
Okay.
care. Yeah, during their concert,
Mm.
that's what they were calling the fans, like boss
Mm.
babies.
Mm, 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 mm,
Meanwhile, everyone in the audience was like 30 plus.
mm. Little babies in Jejong's eyes.
Yes.
Mm. Pop quiz. What was the
Mm.
debut single of TVXQ?
Um,
Oh
ano
no.
nga ba?
Oh no. Oh
Was it
no.
Hug?
Ah, very nice. It
Was
is
it
Hug.
not
It
Hug?
is Hug. It is Hug. They
Ah,
performed it on the 26th of December 2003. In a
see? Like I said,
mm-hmm.
it was
But
Christmas time.
they performed Oh Holy Night with Boa, but that
Boa.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that show also featured another well-known artist. Do you happen to know who that artist is?
No, I don't know.
Nakakatakot naman itong podcast na to. Ang daming pop quiz. Because while
Oh,
Nyaakasen is
why?
discussing,
Ba't ganun?
I'm looking at the wiki article to test the knowledge. So, according
It's
to the
okay.
article,
You feel free to fact check me.
according to the article, TVXQ made their first public appearance and debut on December 26, 2003 in a BoA and Britney Spears showcase.
Britney?
Yup! The article
Damn.
says, where they performed their debut single Hug
Interesting.
and an a cappella rendition of Oh Holy Night with BoA. So yeah, Britney
I guess
Spears
it
was
makes
there.
sense now that that TVXQ were wearing crop tops in tie-dye and very low-rise
I
jeans.
remember that. I remember
Yeah,
that video.
so they were just, they were dressing up like Britney. Except their hair were like FF7
Yeah.
um
Like poofy, big
FF7 themed. Yeah, the big hair.
hair.
All
Okay,
right.
okay.
So
Yeah.
that was in 2007. And yeah, so from there I discovered like, oh, K-pop is a thing. It's a entire subculture. So yeah, fell down the rabbit hole even further and discovered that Super Junior and TVXQ shared a company. And pretty soon that company was gonna debut a new group in 2008. I kind of anticipated that because I was curious like who's gonna take on the mantle of gonna be as the new TVXQ, because like the press were calling them like baby TVXQ or something. And then yeah, Shiny debuted. And they were totally different compared to TVXQ. They were more pop R&B because TVXQ focused a lot on like they focused a lot on ballads, and they had this like old school sound. Their music is kind of hard to describe. It's very Asian but also very pop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've heard quite a few of their songs recently. Ring Ding Dong, Lucifer, Replay.
You mean Shiny?
Shiny, yes. We're talking about Shiny now,
okay.
right? Or are we still talking about TVXQ?
No, I was saying that TVXQ sounded
TVXQ.
more
Sorry.
Asian
Well,
pop.
yeah. Sorry. If it's
Yeah,
TVXQ, I can't describe their sound. It's
they're
hard to describe.
their sound is
distinct.
very varied, but
Yes.
yeah, it's very distinct but also very varied. They don't really just stick to one genre.
It was also a function
They
of
kind
time,
of
right?
mix genres.
Yeah, because they have been
Yes, yes.
active for a very long time, so it just makes sense that
And
their
also
sound would
and also they
evolve.
were mhm,
Mm.
they were built to be marketed towards Japan. So their
Yeah.
sound is very Japanese.
Mm.
Um so when Shiny debuted, they sounded completely
Yeah,
different. They
very
were more
different.
Western.
Yes,
They were
I
more
agree.
Western than TVXQ. And even though they were not marketed towards Western audiences, they were more marketed towards Japan also.
Mm, mm, mm.
Um, th- they developed like that distinct sound. I think it was also just because their vocal qualities are different.
Yeah.
So the members of Shiny, their voices really lended well to the R&B style. So they kind of
Mm,
stuck with that.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
even to
mm.
this day, even if they have like these experimental tracks,
Mm-hmm.
in their B-sides, majority of it is still R&B.
Mm, mm, mm.
So, yeah.
Agree. Yeah.
So
Pop
yeah, so
quiz.
from
Oh,
there,
sorry.
well,
We're gonna give another pop quiz.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. Okay.
wait,
Go
I
ahead.
was
Sure.
just
Sure.
gonna
Sure.
say,
Sure. Sure.
like, I was very impressed at the time because, I found TVXE to be very talented when it comes to
Mm.
singing and dancing already. But when Shiny debuted, they were monsters to me because they were synchronized. They
Oh
were,
yes.
I think, the very first
Yeah.
group that I saw who could sing and also dance um in sync, completely in
Yes.
sync. And their dances were not just any kind of dance. I think they were the very first group to have complex choreography. And
Yeah. Next level. Oh my
they would
god.
hire yeah, they would hire foreign choreographers just to choreograph for them.
Yeah. I remember you were
So yeah,
showing me dance videos of Shiny, and I was like, even if I wasn't a fan back then,
uh-huh.
I was still really impressed by how complicated their moves are, and how, yeah, like you
Hmm.
said, how synchronized the movements are. Like, it's not just complex; they're moving in sync with each
Mm-hmm.
other. They're in step,
Yeah.
which is a far departure from, because at that time there were also idol groups in Japan, right? Like big idol groups, like
Yes.
uh,
Uh-huh.
Morning Musume or AKB. Their movements are, I'm sorry, this might offend some fans, but they weren't totally in sync, and that's part of the charm, right? Like,
Yeah.
part of the charm is
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
slightly
Because
clunky, slightly awkward.
well,
It's,
it's
yeah.
not so much about them being not as trained. It was more of Japan valued their identities more.
Yes.
So it was cute to see them dance
Cute.
like
Exactly.
as individuals.
Mm, 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 mm.
They appreciated that. And at the time in Korea, that was also what people were looking
Mm.
for. So when Shiny came along, they were like, wow, these kids look so professional.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're
I
just what,
agree.
15 to 18 years old. None of them were like
Yes.
in their 20s when they debuted. They were very
Yes.
young. So yeah, they kind of blew people's
Right.
minds and they blew my mind. So
Yeah.
until now, I'm still like a big fan of Shiny.
Yeah, I really set apart Korean groups from Japanese groups. I think this is why, isn't
Yeah.
Shiny like build like one of the first? Oh, is Shiny still Gen 2 or is Shiny Gen 3? Is Shiny Gen
Shiny's
3?
Gen 2.
Gen 2. Okay.
2. They're Gen
2.
2.
Yes, they're Gen 2. Okay. I thought they were Gen 3 already. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but they're kind of in the tail end of Gen 2 already.
Isn't Gen 3 really the generation that cemented the identity of a K-pop group? Like, very coordinated, tight dance work.
I
The
wouldn't say
sound
so,
is very
cause
distinct.
no. The thing is, people have sometimes a misconception that K-pop is one genre. It's not.
Mm.
K-pop is just Korean popular music, and it can be any genre. It can be rock, hip hop, just bubblegum pop,
True.
a mix of everything, trap, EDM. So yeah. So I would say Shiny is still second gen because at that time social media wasn't a thing. It wasn't a big thing. So it wasn't part of their marketing. And while idol groups, the whole system of idol groups was already established,
Mm-hmm.
they were still kind of not eyeing the international market as much. They were just really looking into Japan and China.
Mm-hmm.
I would say third gen was when they started like really producing K-pop for worldwide consumption.
Right. Okay.
Because that's when EXO, BTS,
Oh yeah, these groups. Yes.
Blackpink,
Blackpink.
yeah, that's when they, exploded on the
Yes.
scene.
Yes. Pop quiz. Pop quiz.
Uh-huh.
You know the debut single
Hala ko
of
ako lang yung
BDSK?
magku-quiz ako, biglang ako yung,
Hey.
uh,
You have to be
okay,
on
alright.
brand. What's the debut single of Shiny? Do you know?
Gee, I don't know. Isn't it Nuna no Mo Yeppo?
Wait, which one is that? Is that the
Nuna no
title?
Mo Yeppo,
Isn't
it's
this just
an,
the lyrics of
yes,
the
it
song?
no, it means Nuna, you're so pretty. And it's also called Replay.
It is Replay, yes. Um,
The
the
Korean
debut
title is
single is
Nuna no Mo
Replay.
Yeppo.
Yeah. I fact
They're
checked. It
they're
is
singing
indeed
to uh-huh.
Nunanyomo Yeppo.
They're singing to an older lady.
Oh, really? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so even back then K-pop was already kind of sus. They debuted with a very sus song. And what was I gonna say?
Mm.
They were just like 15, 18,
Mm.
15 to 18 years old in Korean age. So technically 14 to 17 international age. And what's worse is to market that song, they also had this show called Shiny Yunanham,
Shiny Yunanham.
which had, yeah, it was like a reality variety show where they dated older women.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, it was like a bachelorette type where they were the
What?
contestants and this older girl would have to choose who among them she would date. It's very sus.
It's very
Yeah,
sus, indeed.
but
Yeah.
it's kind of cringe, but back then I wasn't thinking of that and I just found it funny. That is saying they would fail this class from
Yeah.
the back-to-back pop
Back to back
quizzes.
pop quiz. Sorry. I'm checking
Only
the
if you're
Wikipedia
not
articles.
prepared.
Yeah.
Only if you're not prepared.
I'm reading from the wiki page of Replay. The song and its accompanying music video was released on 22nd of May alongside the EP of the same name. The music video features Victoria of FX as the female lead.
Yes.
I'm familiar with
Yep.
FX, but I didn't think they were contemporaries with Shiny. Wasn't FX like
Yes,
after
they
Shiny?
were. When they debuted, they were called like the female Shiny because they also had a experimental concept. Victoria was already a trainee, and this is a thing like with K-pop companies. Sometimes when they have like popular trainees or if they want to tease a certain member like debuting in the future, they would include them in their music videos of their current artists.
Okay. And thank you for the hydrate, Mina. I hydrated a while ago. Inom ka muna para hindi ka mag-quiz. No, we have to keep things interesting. There must always be pop quizzes. Anyway.
So yeah, that's how I became obsessed with these groups. And it led me to, just really liking the entire subculture. And even though I'm not like really deep into the fandom, like I don't really participate in fan forums. I don't join official fandoms. Like I'm not an official fan, sadly. Like I don't sign up for those things. I don't sign up for because there's these like apps where you can talk to the idols sometimes. I
Really?
don't sign up for those things.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I'm not parasocial about them, I just see them as artists, and first and foremost, I like K-pop for the music. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, I like
Mm-mm.
K-pop for the music.
Sure, sure, sure. And I read, what's the name of that? I read Playboy for the articles. Is it it's same energy as that?
So what? Wait, you read Playboy?
No, I don't. I don't. I actually don't. No, no, not at all. I
Um,
don't.
Sensei.
No, I'm just saying it has the same energy as that. No, I don't. Look, we've been streaming for more than an hour now, and we're discussing a musical genre, and yet we have not had a song number yet. So before we go to the next slide, because I think we're gonna go to the next slide, why don't you, not we, just
Is
you, why
what?
don't you sing a line or two from one song of each of the three groups that are on screen? So one from Super Junior, one from DBSK, and then one from Shiny. Just a few lines. You don't have to sing the
Mm.
entire song. Just a few lines.
Okay, for Super Junior. Sorry, 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 sorry. Nega, 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 munja.
That's sorry, sorry.
Sorry,
Super
sorry,
Junior,
Lala.
sorry, sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then for
DBSK.
TVXQ, they want it
Or
in Korean or
DBSK.
Japanese?
Since it's K-pop, it's just sounds right to do it in Korean.
Korean.
Yes.
Ano kaya? 그대 위한 또한테야만큼 눈이 부신 이 가슴으로 네가 없는 것만큼 널 내가 지켜줄게. Ayun.
Which one is that? Why
The
do I not
title of that
remember?
song is Picture of You.
Picture of You. I don't remember that song. Is
I'm
that an
kind of
old song or is
butchering
that a
the
new
lyrics because
song?
I don't have lyrics on me right now. It's an TVXQ is an old group, so
They are.
all their songs are a bit old.
Ah.
I'm not that I'm not that well versed with their discography as a
Mm.
duo.
Okay, okay. And then
Yeah.
Shiny?
And then for Shiny, um Shiny. There's so many to choose from Shiny.
Ring
I'll
ding dong.
just sing the oh god, ring ding dong.
Ring ding dong
Ring ding dong, ring ding dong, ring ding
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 ding.
ding ding. That's the fantastic song, right? Fantastic,
Yeah,
fantastic.
elastic,
Elastic,
elastic.
elastic.
Yeah, that one. Ako ba kakanta o ikaw?
I don't know. I've been
I think you're
that's been in
enjoying
my
yourselves, let's say.
playlist for the past few days for some reason. And like here we go
Baby,
again, but
nigga
it's
no we understood oh crazy.
this is the rocker, rocker, rocker,
Anyway,
rocker.
yes.
It's a
So
repetitive song.
fantastic,
It's
rocka,
the
rocka,
same
rocka,
lyric.
rocka, rocka. So elastic,
Elastic.
fantastic, fantastic, elastic. Oy,
Hey,
that was their biggest hit
right?
for a time.
Right?
Yeah, and it's funny because I think up to now,
Mm-hmm.
they're remembered for that song because it came out at the time when Korean students were taking their like SATs, their equivalent to
Okay.
their SATs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and when it came out, it was so catchy that they had to ban the the broadcasting of that song because it
You have
wouldn't
to
leave
focus.
the students' minds.
You have
Yeah,
to focus on
yeah,
studying, so they had to ban the song. That's funny.
yes. That's
I did not
that's
know
a
that.
true story.
I did
That's a
not
true
know that.
story.
Oh my god. Okay. That's funny.
Yeah, and they still get called out for it until now. So even when they all already served in the army,
Hmm.
I guess part of their job as idols was to entertain the
Hmm.
troops sometimes, and that was pretty much a requirement from them. They had to perform Ring Ding
Ding
Dong.
ding dong. Although
Yes, of
I
all their
can
songs, of all their amazing
mm,
songs, Ring Ding Dong is what sticks to people.
I can attest to how distracting Ring Ding Dong is. Oh my god, every time I listen to that song, I cannot help but sing the lyrics. especially
Yeah,
the
it's a
chorus.
stupid
It's a
song, but
stupid lyrics too. Like what even is ring ding dong? What even is fantastic elastic? What
it
even
I
is
think
rocka rocka rocka?
it's supposed to be like an onomatopoeia. They're describing the feeling of their heart when they see this
No,
girl.
no, what the PS ring ding dong.
Yeah,
Ding 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 ding
I
ding ding.
don't know. I if you look up the lyrics, that's what it is.
It is. Remember the line, spicy your mama. You're okay with this. Okay, in my defense, so I don't know if you know which song Mina is referring to. Spicy your mama. Have you heard?
I think I remember, but not quite.
Yeah, it's the ending theme
Refresh
of.
my memory.
It's the ending theme of Slam Dunk. There is a line there that goes,
Ah.
"Spicy your mama." Na 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 spicy your mama, something like that, and it's really
Oh my
weird.
god.
Yeah. It's the part that is not shown on because the TV
In
size
the
of the
anime cut.
ending theme. Yeah. The
Yeah.
anime cut doesn't have the second verse. And that part is in the second verse, spicy your mama. But that's one line, right? Although to be fair, the rest of the meaning of that song, the rest of it's very sus. It's the lady being so obsessed with the dude that there's nothing else the lady wants but the dude, which is kind of sus. But ring ding dong, it's just ring ding dong, ding 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 ding. And then there's Oppa Gangnam
Lady.
Style.
Oppa Gangnam Style
Ah,
may sound stupid, but it also has great lyrics if you
yeah.
bother to read it.
Agree.
It's a satire. It's a
It
satire.
is a satire.
Yeah, it's a satire on how ridiculous the Gangnam lifestyle is.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about the whole chaebol thing, right?
Mm.
And Korea's obsession with image and wealth. And people in Gangnam, I guess, embody that kind of ridiculousness, and Psy was making fun of them.
Did we go to Gangnam before when we went to Korea? So fun fact, we've already been to
Did
South
we?
Korea before. I do not remember if we went to Gangnam though. Did we not? Like
I don't
for a
think
few.
so. We were more in Myeongdong.
Yeah, we
Maybe
were
we
more in
did
Myeongdong.
pass
Yeah.
by Gangnam.
Mm.
Yeah. But I think we didn't really bother with Gangnam because we knew that we couldn't afford the stuff
True.
there anyway.
Yes. It
Why
did look very
bother?
expensive. Gosh, even from there was this. I don't remember the name of the place, but it's like overlooking essentially South Korea, the big cities of South Korea. And I think we pointed out that that is where Gangnam is, and it looked really posh even from a distance. It was really bright.
Yeah.
There's like so much
Yeah, but
stuff
it was,
happening. Yeah.
it was very commercial.
It
So,
is.
well,
It is.
we weren't really there to shop, right? We were there to see sights and stuff. So,
Mina has been in Gangnam. Gangnam isn't even that fancy from memory, according to Mina.
because Mina is very fancy.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. That is true, though.
Just kidding.
What a call out. What a call out. Shall we go to the next slide? What is
Yes,
the next
we
slide?
shall.
Ah, okay. Fan profile.
So yeah, it's just me sharing who I stan.
Mhm.
So, like I mentioned earlier, I'm more of a second, third gen stan because that's what I grew up with. And me being an old kitty cat here,
Mhm.
I find it very hard to follow groups nowadays.
Mhm.
So yeah, pretty much I stan TVXQ, Shiny, Girls' Generation, Big Bang, 2NE1, EXO, Highlight, also known as Beast way back. So
Oh, yeah,
they're
yeah,
called
yeah.
Highlight
This is
now.
Highlight now.
And I also like one group that I actually really stand and is, I think I would consider them part of the fourth gen already,
Mhm.
is IZ*ONE.
IZ*ONE, yeah.
IZ*ONE is a girl group that was formed through a reality competition,
Mm,
an idol survival show. Yeah,
right.
so I got really invested into that show, and yeah, I ended up really liking their music as well. Because if they had shit music, I probably wouldn't have bothered as much. But their music was really good, so yeah. And I tend to be a casual fan of a lot of the second,
Oh, is this Star?
third gen groups as well.
Why do I know that name?
Yeah, Sister.
For some reason, I
Yes.
know the name.
If you know the song My Boy, My Boy,
My boy.
then you
Sing it.
probably you've heard, yeah.
Sing like a line from it.
My boy, oh my boy, baby.
Somehow remember. I don't know why. I somehow remember.
If you search, if you
I'm
search
gonna
for
search this
their
song right now.
music
What is this
video
called?
on YouTube, um, do it when you're alone. Just
Oh,
kidding.
okay. Sure. I almost made the mistake of like playing music. Okay, sure. I'll do that when I'm alone. Also, Monix is saying
Yes.
B2ST, Beast. What's with Beast?
Beast, yes.
Yes.
Well, I like Beast. I
Mm.
also stand them. I
Mm.
still follow Highlight. They're called Highlight
They're called
nowadays.
Highlight, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you really are a
Yeah.
fan of Girls' Generation, what is their what is their debut single called?
They're I think they debuted with a song called Girls' Generation. But
Wait, I'm gonna check. Wait,
they're
I'm gonna
more
check. Is it
known.
an alternate title?
No, but they
It's
also
not, it's not.
debuted with this. They're actually their first original song that they debuted with is called Into the New World.
Yes, it is Into the New World. Oh, do you know the
Yeah.
Korean name for that song?
No.
Ah, okay. I don't know how to
That's
pronounce
probably
this.
part of the lyrics that.
Was that Into the New World?
Yeah.
Ah, I know that song. Like, I vaguely remember. I think I
That's
know
Into
that
the New
song.
World.
Dasi Manan
Yeah.
Segye is the Korean title supposedly.
Dashima
Dashima
Nanyege Sege. Oh, yan yun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, continue, please.
Yeah, and as you can see, most of my stan groups are SM. I'm unashamed to admit that I'm an SM stan. I just really like how they produce their music.
And you did say, right? You're
Yeah,
a fan
and
first and foremost of music, of the music.
yes. Because I think looks and dance choreography can only get you so far.
Yeah.
People listen to the songs. So if you're not a good singer, if your music is not that memorable or GP friendly, you're not gonna fly.
Right.
So
Music tends to stick
yeah.
longer in people's memories. Like dances, sure, if it looks really impressive, but like unless you actually are a dancer or super interested in dance, you might not be able to recall the actual dance moves. But music tends to stick for a long period of time. Even if you don't know the lyrics, you could still hum the melody. So yeah.
Yeah. And then some outliers, like outside of SM, I'm also like a bit of a fan of Sistar, Wonder Girls, RIP to these groups. They're not
Was Wonder
they're
Girls no
gone
longer
now.
a thing? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, tagal na.
Oh, I did not know.
It's been a long time since they disbanded, yes. 2PM, Miss A is also gone, sadly, but they had some bangers.
They did.
They had some bangers. Red Velvet, I also like Red Velvet. They're also a SM company, SM group. G-Friend, oh god, I love G-Friend. Again, RIP to them. Sadly, they got shafted. Anyway, they had really good songs also, and they had also a bunch of good singers. Blackpink, yeah, I like some of their songs. It's kind of hard not to like some of their songs because they're just catchy in general. But then later, I have thoughts.
Okay.
And then what else? There is one Chinese group here, Wavy, which is like a subunit of NCT, also from SM. But they're a mainly Chinese group. They sing in Chinese. They're marketed towards China. But they're hella talented, and they all sing really well also. And they're also all really cute. So I really like them also. One of the more popular groups in this list also is 17. 17 right now is, I think, second only to BTS in terms of popularity among boy groups. Yeah, 17 na meron lang, I think, 13 members. Ay, nako.
What happened?
Anyway,
Did they lose
and
members or did they just
no,
started with
they really
13?
just debuted with 13. I don't know why. I think I remember they also got formed through like a show or something.
They have a
But
member
yeah.
called The8. What?
Yeah.
This The8.
He's a very skinny looking dude.
Oh, Monix's brother follows 17. Interesting.
I don't blame ya, because 17 is really good. They're all very talented, and the nice thing with 17 is sometimes they choreograph their own dances, and one of their members, at least one of them, is very involved in their music production.
Oh. Why am I only hearing
And
about
I
17 for the
really,
first time today? What is this?
I don't know.
I've heard of every other
I also really
group
like
here. Except for 17.
I
And you
also
say it's
really
the
like
second
17.
most popular? Oh my god. Anyway.
Yes,
sorry.
they are. They're
What?
very popular, extremely
Okay.
popular right now. It took a while for them to become popular.
I see.
Yeah, it was a slow upward trajectory. They've been around for almost as long as I think they were around longer than NCT.
Really?
Anyway. Yeah,
Okay.
or halos
Surprising.
magkasabay lang sila. But
Ay,
yeah, but
okay.
they've been around for more than 6 years, I think. And what's cool with them is there's so many of them, and their choreography tends to be a bit reminiscent of musical theater. So it's like when you watch them dance, it's like you're watching a musical production because there's so many of them, and it's the way they choreograph themselves. They like to tell a story with their choreography.
They also have a single called "Fuck My Life." What?
Yes, it's one of their newer songs.
What?
They're trying to be edgy nowadays.
And they also have a single called "Underscore World." What?
I'm not familiar with that. I don't really follow all of their songs because to me their songs is a little hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
But the songs that I like from them, I really like.
I see.
Don't Wanna Cry is one of those songs that I really like.
Don't Wanna Cry. Can you sing a part
Mina's
of that?
saying I think 17 had a concert in Tokyo Dome last year or this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they did because they're that popular.
Can you sing a bit of that song that you like? Maybe I will remember them. It'll jog my memory. Just a line?
Because I don't know the lyrics to it. I'm not familiar with their lyrics.
Maybe just hum. Just so I know like how it sounds.
Wait, I
Sure.
kind of don't remember how it goes.
Alright. I'm just gonna Google it later. I'm just
I just-
surprised I didn't know
I
about
just
this
know that
group.
I like this song. Wait. I'm looking for lyrics here.
There is a derivation
Ano nga ba
from the
tono
term
nito?
17. Anyway, go ahead first. I found the derivation for the name.
Wait, let me just
Go.
listen to it
Sure,
really.
sure.
Okay. Parang ganun yung hook niya.
Oh, I
That's
still
kind
don't
of their hook.
remember. I see. I still don't remember them. Oh
It's
my
a good
gosh.
song. I think you'll like the song if you hear it because
Sure.
it's not the type of K-pop that you probably have heard from
Sure.
the stuff that I make you listen.
Yeah.
It's more emotional, dramatic sort of thing.
I'm really just surprised. I'm flabbergasted that I don't
You've
remember
never heard of
17.
17.
Even if it's the second most popular and it's in your list and you're a casual fan of them, like, who is this? Also, I found the derivation for their name. I know why they're called 17. It's because they have 13 members and they have 3 units, so 13 plus 3, and they form one big group, plus 1. So 13 plus 3 plus 1. That's why they're 17.
Again, a math equation.
So it represents how the 13 members are divided into 3 different units and come together to form one cohesive group. 13 plus 3 plus 1. 17.
Right. Okay.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. And among the fourth gen groups that I follow, there's ITZY, aespa, IVE, Le Seraphim, a solo artist called Kwon Unbi, and New Jeans.
New Jeans.
Actually, majority of these fourth groups that I mentioned are all break-off groups from Ijuan.
Oh,
Because
really?
Ijuan was
It's
a
break-off
project group.
Oh.
No. Except
Okay,
for
sorry.
ITZY and New Jeans.
Okay,
Except
sorry.
for ITZY and New Jeans and
Mhm.
Espa.
Mm.
The others, like the ones I mentioned, Ive, Le Seraphim, and Kon Unbi all came from Ijuan.
I see.
Yeah, so when Ijuan's contract ended, they went back to their respective entertainment companies and formed new groups.
Mm.
And I still follow them, and these are the ones that whose music I like.
Mm.
And generally, what gets me to stan is, if I like their music style, if I like their voices, because vocal talent is something that I value
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to K-pop artists. And like I said, they should be able to sing.
Sang.
Yeah, at least like a good chunk of their members should be able to sing live.
1/3. Not
Because
simple
there's so many of them
majority.
who who release good-ish music, but when you have them sing live, they're like, struggle is real.
You were asking this
And that
last
kind of
time,
turns
right?
me off.
Right. When you
What?
were in the chat
Yeah,
last week, you were asking, "Oh, can they sing live?" I was like, "Oh, okay. That's what
I'm
you're
very
after."
particular with
Mm.
artists being able to sing well.
Could we move to the next
So
line?
yeah. Yes.
Okay. Oh, what you went
So
through as a fan.
what I went through as a fan. Yeah, as an older fan.
Hey,
As an
hey,
older
hey.
fan, I have a very different experience from
Yes.
fans nowadays.
Agree.
So yeah, back in my day. So back then, K-pop was not accessible at all.
No,
You
I
really
agree. I
had to
remember
pirate
this.
it. You had to pirate it. You had
Mm.
to go through torrents. You had to go through forums just to get downloads, like zip files, and you wouldn't even know if you were downloading the entire thing.
Thank you for the posture check.
You'd just be surprised at the end. You'd just be surprised that, oh, okay, kulang pala, shit, okay. Then you need to find the other parts in other websites. So it was a struggle being a fan back then.
Right. Yeah. I remember when you were trying to show me videos of, who were they? Was it Shiny? No, it's not Shiny. Another group. When you were showing me videos of them, it's in FLV format, and you were playing it not on YouTube.
Yes,
oh my
FLV.
God. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. There were times that you even had to download stuff in parts. So you had to
yes.
I forgot the term. You have to
You have to stitch them
hindi
together.
ko alam kung concat. Yeah, you kind of have to stitch them
Concatenate
together
is,
with a
term too.
different with a
FLV,
with a
oh God.
certain with a certain app. You have to stitch them using a certain app for you to be able to play the videos. Yeah, back then it was a struggle, man. Like for you to download the 3 MB
oh God, 3 MB.
3 MB video would take you like an hour.
Yes.
In our
the internet, yes.
ISPs back then,
The
dial-up
ISPs.
Yeah. Yeah, and photos were hard to come by. They were very low quality. You just had to make do with whatever people were able to take photos of.
Yeah.
Social media was not a thing back then. Artists didn't have social media accounts. Very few of them did. And if they did, they only like posted updates like Twitter style. No photos, no videos. No one translated them. So asa ka na lang kung meron mang mabait na mag-sub for you.
No wonder.
Yeah.
No
And
wonder
also,
people would hold on to like photos, like individual photos. Like nowadays, right? You can just Google for, how does this group look like? How does artist
back
look
then
like? But back then you had to hold on
you'd
to
have
the
a
pictures.
folder.
Yeah.
Because they would disappear. you wouldn't find them again unless you save them into your own folder.
Yeah.
Upload them to your own photo bucket.
Yes. Oh yeah, the photo bucket. Mina saying reminds me of my friend who are Arashi fans, who also had such
Also had,
struggles.
yeah.
Since JP fans were so possessive of their bands, it took years before they got on Spotify. Hmm.
That's so true.
Mm,
And
mm,
until
mm.
now, I think they're still not that, open to sharing their content worldwide.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is still region locked or
Yeah.
something.
But we're still lucky nowadays, right? Like if you wanna watch the, what do you call that? The comeback single of some group, just have to wait a
Mm.
few,
Mm.
not even a few days, just a few hours, and it's not even a few hours sometimes. Like sometimes it's simulcast. You just watch it on YouTube. You could stream it on YouTube.
It's
We're
simulcast
luckier.
almost all the
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and speaking of YouTube, back in
Mhm.
the day,
Back in the
you
day.
had to be satisfied with 480,
Yes.
360p
Or ATP.
quality videos, extremely pixelated. Like I'm surprised that I found any of these people handsome or beautiful because
360p.
if I were to if I were to watch a video now in that kind of quality, you're like, what am I looking at?
It's kind of the
For
it's
some
kind
reason,
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
our minds were able to stitch together
Yeah.
their features.
Yeah. That's why I was gonna say it's a little bit the opposite for me. Like, it's why nowadays I don't mind watching a show at 360p because I feel like I'm used to it. Of course, I would prefer the 1080p version, but if you can only give me the SD standard definition 360p version, I'd still watch it. I'm still gonna be okay with it because back in the day that was all we got. But nowadays we can have 1080p, sometimes 4K even. Most of the time 4K even, right? Like the performance streams are now in 4K. You can literally watch it in a 4K television.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah,
man, HD is a blessing.
it is a
And
blessing.
also, I think artists were able to get away with so many things before because quality was not that good in terms
Yeah,
of video quality.
yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to tell that they had like big pores or
Oh
anything.
gosh, yes.
Nowadays everything is HD. So
Yeah.
every little imperfection is magnified, and it's kind of hard on the artist as well.
You know what this reminds me of? Not related to K-pop, but it reminds me of Mina would probably know who I'm referring to, but do you know this YouTuber called Kev Jamba?
Yes,
Kev
Kev
Jamba,
Jamba.
right? Kev Jamba used to only produce because he's like a stalwart of the older days. His videos were 360p mostly. So when HD became popular, and he said, "Okay, we're now gonna switch to HD," and then the moment he switched to HD, his face is like filled with pores and pimples, and that was his gag. It's actually a joke. Those are just like makeup stuff, but it was funny. Because now you can't get away with that
Yeah.
anymore. Mm.
Yeah, and Mina also mentioned part 1 of 5 of an episode. That's exactly how I watched Explorers of the Human Body.
Yeah, yes.
Like part 1 of 3 of episode 1. And the thing is, since even back then, I think Korea at the time was also just as strict as Japan regarding copyright of their content. They didn't really allow re-uploads to YouTube. So what they did was they would take down these videos that were uploaded of their shows, and to circumvent that, fans would use wingdings or sometimes characters as the title of the videos. And wala, sobrang pahirapan for fans to find them. So you had to bookmark the channel or bookmark the video for you to remember the video that you were watching, because otherwise if you close the tab or you close the window, you'd be like, oh, what was the title again? Oh shit, okay, I don't know how to find this on YouTube anymore. Yeah, and also back in the day, since K-pop was very niche, there were very very few subbers.
Oh yes.
So
yeah.
There were very few people who would sub it in English. There were actually more people who would sub their stuff in Vietnamese or Thai, because there were more Thai Vietnamese fans already, so there was a market for it. But English, not so much.
Yes.
So yeah, that was my journey back in the day. But still, I think that helped with developing a connection because you had already spent so much time and effort getting their content, so you would savor it once you get it,
Yeah.
and you'd appreciate it more.
Yes. Nowadays, we can just get a copy of some video online on YouTube, and yeah, I mean, I think
Nowadays, you
we
just
don't
go on
wanna.
Instagram and the artist already
Yeah.
just posting stories of themselves.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like an old man, right? But like, I think the way we consume media nowadays is different. It's not any less uh good, right? Like, fans now are as
Yeah,
passionate as fans were in the past. It's just the way they consume media is
even
different
more
now.
so, I think.
It's yeah, they're
Oh
more
yeah, yeah.
voracious now. Right? Like back in the day, because we literally only got crumbs sometimes, we had to be content
Mm-hmm.
with the crumbs. But now that they can just grab so many whatever content they want online, they're so voracious about it. They'll watch it on loop. They'll watch it. They watch like entire playlists. Sometimes they'll just leave their YouTube playing, let it go to the next recommended video or whatever. So I think it just changed. It's not any better or worse, but I can see your point though, that you had to learn how to savor whatever content you could get, because for a long time that will be the only content you will have until the next leak or the next release or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we were at the mercy of people who were able to record through their
Yes.
TVs
Yes. Exactly.
and upload them on
And
YouTube.
upload on YouTube
But
and not be
now
caught.
it's already now it's already a regular thing.
Yes.
Companies regularly put out content of
Yeah.
their artists.
Because it's undeniable, right? If you keep the old way of like, oh, you have to pay to get our content. If you keep that old way, then you're gonna get left behind, right? Like, we have different ways
Yeah.
now of monetizing content, I guess.
Mm.
Mina saying,
Yeah,
on the other hand,
exactly.
these bands play abroad now, and now the fans have money to go. Yeah, that's true.
Even if you don't have money to go, you'll find
You'll find
ways.
ways to go. And sometimes you don't even
Yeah.
have to go to a different country because, for example, I know for like 2 weeks. No, that was just last week, right? You attended two
What?
concerts in that one week.
Yes,
So they
back to
go
back.
here. Yeah.
Yes.
The groups go
Yeah, they're
here.
popular enough
Exactly.
that they
Yes.
already find it lucrative to go to countries that
Yeah.
they wouldn't have thought would be,
Yeah.
would have a lot of fans in.
Hmm. Okay. Shall we go to the next slide?
Yes.
Next slide. Perks of being an old fan.
Yeah, so
There you go.
now at least perks of being an old fan, exactly what Mina said. I have money now since I'm old. I've saved up enough for me
Buti pa siya
to
may money.
go watch the acts that I want to watch. Well, I don't really go out of the way to, watch them perform like some fans do. Like some of them really go abroad just
Yeah.
to see
Mhm.
their favorite artist. I don't do that. I'm just lucky that some of the artists that I really like happen to perform here as well. So when they do, I make it a point to really
Mm.
secure tickets for them. And yeah, at least I have money now because right now with K-pop booming, if I were just like in college right now, I maybe would be crying because I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd be able to have like the
Yeah.
funds to go to these concerts because they're not cheap. They're not
Yes.
cheap.
I can sort
And
of
as
yeah.
part of as part of the concert going experience, you kind of want to get the light stick and the merch as well, so you really
Mm.
can experience it in full. Because
Right.
we were talking about light sticks earlier, Sensei.
Yes.
These light sticks can
They're high tech now.
can be manipulated. Yeah, they're high tech. They can be manipulated by the concert producers, and they can blink or change in color depending on the song or the beat of the song. It's like a giant equalizer,
Yeah, that's
visual
super
equalizer.
cool. Like the concert producer can literally connect to all of the light sticks. Well, at least the official
Yeah,
ones. They can
yeah, the
connect to
official
all of
ones.
the official light sticks from the audience, and then the color would be manipulated. Pretty soon we'll
Mm.
have it. So maybe we already have that, right? Where you could like direct a wave across the audience, a wave of lights.
Yeah, they can
Right now,
coordinate it.
yeah.
Like
That's
one
so
section
cool.
would light up, and then another section would light up in sequence. Yeah,
Mm,
they absolutely can do that.
mm.
And then another point, like another perk of being an older fan is I'm not involved in fandom drama. I stay away
Fandom
from that. I don't
drama.
need that in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can imagine like if you were a teen and you were very invested in
Gosh,
these
yes.
groups, you'd
Agree. Agree.
fight online against people who would bash your favorites,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
I've seen it happen all too many
Yeah, I'm
times.
glad I'm too old for that. I don't want that. I don't want that in my
Mm.
life. I just want to listen to the music and fangirl in
Mm.
peace. Yeah, and then most of the acts also in turn that I follow are pretty old now. They're my age or older, so
Mm-hmm.
they don't release as often. They're not as aggressive since they already have built up their fan bases, so they just cater to them. Unlike newer acts, like they really have to push out content. They really have to like make this video. They release songs every so often in a year, not just once a year or twice a year. Sometimes they come back 3 4 times a year just to
Mm-hmm.
keep their name in the game,
Mm-hmm.
keep public awareness about them, and as a fan you would want to support them and keep up with all of their releases, but
Mm.
I don't have that time or energy anymore, so I'm glad that the groups that I follow don't do that anymore. They're like very secure with
Yeah.
what they have, and they're like, okay, whatever we put out, we know that our fans will like it,
Yes.
or they're there already to support us. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna chill and release at a very
Right.
re-
Right.
reasonable pace.
They have cemented their
So yeah,
legacies. Nothing can tarnish their legacy anymore apart from maybe a giant controversy, which in their old age, I'm pretty sure
yeah,
they're very
pretty
averse to
much.
anyway. So they're not going to involve themselves in anything
Yeah,
that will cause them too much controversy, except for a few of them.
pretty
I mean,
much.
SM, for example, right? Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So yeah, that's
Flex
pretty
time.
much flex time.
You
Oh
wanted
no,
to
wait.
flex, right?
Hello?
Hello, yeah? Yes?
Sorry, I think I got disconnected a little bit.
Really? Oh, you're still here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have video. Oh no. Oh,
Don't have
there.
video? Oh, okay.
It's back.
Okay.
It's back. Okay.
You can
Yeah,
actually move out
I
here
just
if
want to
you want.
flex
If you want
as an
to.
older fan.
Hmm. I just
No,
realized
it's
since
okay.
since the light is off, your Fugi is barely visible anyway. If you chat, if you wanna actually hear Nyakasen's voice, not through the the phone, do you
No,
wanna
it's
move
okay.
out here for a bit?
Is
Mm-hmm.
it bad? No,
No, it's
I'm
not that
comfy
bad.
where
It's
I am.
just okay. Sure. Okay. Mm.
Comfy where I am, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, yeah, flex time. So
Flex.
yeah, these are the acts that I've already seen in person. Thank
Mm-hmm.
God, like I can die happy. Shout out. Joke lang. um, because
uh
some of these groups are really old, so like I wasn't really holding out hope.
mm-hmm.
Um, when it comes
Yeah,
to like
Nyakasen,
being
I've
able
seen
to
so
see
many
them
acts,
perform
Mina.
live.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I've been a fan for like 15
Yeah.
years. So, ilan to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's less than one act a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's less than one act a year. Um, so yeah, the very first concert I've been to was Super Junior's concert. The very
Mm.
first super show here. Um, I think I was fresh out of college,
Ooh.
or I was still in college. No, I think I already had a job. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I still had the energy to get the standing VIP tickets.
The standing VIP tickets. Ah.
Yeah, I had the energy for that. But
Those were
after that, never
expensive
again.
tickets, right? The standing VIP.
Yes, yes. It also it was kind of
Was it
it
worth
was
it?
kind of traumatizing also.
Uh-huh.
It was worth it because it was a lot of fun. Super Junior as a concert experience is a lot of fun because
Mm.
they're entertainers first and foremost.
Mm.
But since there's so many members running around the stage, you kind
Mhm.
of had to run around with them if you want to
Mhm.
see them. And yeah, me being the small person that I am, I got like I got thrashed around
Oof.
during that concert,
Oof.
and
Mhm.
so after
Yes.
that, I told myself that I would never again go to the mosh pit area.
Mm.
Never.
Mm. Mm.
I
Mm.
would pay for expensive seats as long as I'm seated.
Mm.
As long as I'm seated, I'm good. I don't even care about seeing them like 3 feet away from me. I just want to be seated.
Mm. These old
So
bones.
yeah, for the rest of these, yeah, for the rest of these acts, I these are all for I saw them as I was sitting down.
Mm. You've only seen Super
Yeah.
Junior once?
Mhm.
I could have sworn you've seen them more than
Yeah,
once.
just once.
Ah, really?
No, I've only seen them once, but I
Hmm.
have seen Big Bang twice.
Yeah,
Big Bang is the only act that I've seen twice.
right. That's why I commented because you indicated Big Bang twice. So like, what? You haven't seen Super Junior
Mm-hmm.
twice yet? I could have
No,
sworn
no,
you've
no,
seen them
just
more than
once.
once. Okay, all right. Huh. Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm. And
So
Taeyeon
yeah,
is
most of
part
my
of.
ultimate stan groups.
Mm.
Sorry.
Taeyeon is
Yeah,
part of
most of the
SNSD, right? Yeah.
my.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, she's
I'm
part
trying
of
to figure
SNSD.
out. There's one that's just a single person. Taeyeon and Boa, but Boa is transcendental.
Yeah.
So. Mm,
Yes.
mm.
So actually, some of these acts I've seen together. So they didn't have their separate concerts. Some of
Ah.
them came here as a group.
Mm,
So yeah, they performed individually, but the concert was featured multiple artists.
okay.
Mm, yeah. So most of my ultimate stan groups I've seen already. But among them, I think it's really just Girls' Generation I haven't seen as a group. I've only seen one, and that's oh no, wait. I
Oh,
missed putting Tiffany here. Tiffany is also part of SNSD.
SNSD. Mm,
Yeah, she came here I think a few years ago.
mm,
Yeah, I watched her mini concert. Yeah, so I'm really just missing Girls' Generation as a group, and also Shia Junsu. Shia Junsu is like the one member of TVXQ I haven't seen.
T- Wait, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
TVXQ has 5 members. Why did you say three-fourths?
Yes, because I don't want to see the other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the scandal, and it's
Right, the
kinda,
scandal. Oh, right,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
right.
So I
It
kinda don't
is
really want
okay.
to associate myself with that artist anymore.
Okay.
To be fair, he was also my least favorite in
To
TVXQ
begin with.
anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a giant loss to me. It's more of parang, man, these guys are associated with him.
Mm.
Anyway. So yeah, and then Wishlist, yeah. Siya Junsu, Girls' Generation, Espa. So these are all newer groups. The Seraphim, and I do want to see EXO again because the last
Mhm.
time I saw EXO, their main dancer Kai wasn't there. And Kai is my favorite. I want to see him live. And
Mm-mm.
also, I want to see Shiny again because I've never seen Shiny complete before.
Oh. Mm.
The last time they came here, one member was missing.
Mhm.
That one member eventually went on to do his own fan meet here
Mhm.
solo. So okay, I've seen all of them
As in awesome
now.
them completed
Um,
the yeah.
yeah, but I haven't seen them complete live.
Mm.
Well, I will never see them complete live, but at least the
Yeah.
members who are still around.
Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. So there.
And I'm trying to find the controversial member of TVXQ.
Si
I'm
Park
checking their.
Chun. His name is
Oh,
Park
okay, Yuchun.
Chun.
Okay. There. I wasn't at
Yeah.
Yuchun yet. I'm checking who's the member that is controversial. I want to read about the controversy. Oh, now I know what it is. All right.
Yeah, wag
Okay. I
na.
found it.
It's
I
not
found it.
PG friendly,
Yeah. No,
sensei.
I just wanted to read while you were discussing. Anyway, I was curious. Do we move to the next slide?
Yes.
Okay, next slide. Ooh, who?
We've
Oh,
come to this
speaking
part.
of the spicy takes,
Go.
speaking of spice,
Yes, spicy takes.
aha,
So I do have, as much as I love K-pop, there's many
mm,
things I don't like about it also.
ah,
And I have my own opinions about popular things, so these are
mm,
like my unpopular takes. I think
mm,
it's not that unpopular given that, how big some of these groups I'm gonna talk about are.
yeah.
So there's a good number of people who also dislike them and also think the same way. But still, um, I have a platform now. Joke.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now that you
No,
have
no,
a
no. I'm
platform, you
kidding.
can share your spicy takes.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Nah.
Should we go to the next slide? Okay. Oh my god,
Yes.
what is this?
So first and foremost,
What are these
meron bang
pictures?
army dito? Sorry. I don't like them. That's why. Don't. Yeah, I don't know. I really do believe BTS is overrated. They're kind of hard carried by their fandom.
Mm-hmm.
They did
By
their
the army.
marketing really well.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that their marketing is top notch.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of changed the game when it comes to marketing K-pop groups, and that's why they're extremely popular. I will give them that. Music-wise, though, it's kind of not there for me. Like, I didn't start out disliking them. I was kind of neutral, and I was like, oh, they're popular. I wonder what they sound like.
Mm-hmm.
They're really mid, really
Mm.
mid.
Blanca agrees with you.
I understand that they have, yeah, I understand that they have like good
Mm.
messages and they represent a good, um a positive, like, I don't know, they talk about issues like mental health and stuff, loving yourself, blah blah blah. Anyone can do that, honestly. Anyone can do that. So it's good that they're using their platform to do that. But music wise, it's so boring. It's so
Mm.
boring.
Cookie
And
cutter, run of the mill. Is that how
well,
you describe it?
now they kind of sound sell outy because they try to
Oh.
market globally, right? So they had to go the very pop route.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. So it's like, nah. Because back then they really started out as a hip hop rap group.
Mm.
You wouldn't think that listening to Butter or Dynamite, right? You wouldn't
Oh
think
yeah,
that.
Dynamite. I remember
But
that song.
they started out more hardcore.
That's what you
Yeah, they were like
meant.
rap intensive. They were rap intensive, and then they had a shift in sound. They became
Yeah.
a bit more melodic pop. The problem was, since they were first and foremost a rap group, they were not a vocal group, but they tried
Mm.
to be. Unfortunately, they didn't train well enough, so their voices are like,
I kind of
it
see
was
what
just
you
okay. They're
mean.
not
Right.
bad.
Mm.
They're not bad, but compared to other acts who can really sing, they're
Yeah.
not there. They're really not
Yeah.
there.
I remember one of their songs sounded like it was used in a commercial. And then I would find out later that it actually was,
Commercial?
but yeah, was it not them? I remember
Malay
listening
ko,
to
I
one of their
don't
songs. It's
follow them.
okay.
Like I said, I'm not a
Like, I
fan.
don't follow them.
I'm not a fan. I tried to listen to them. Like I really tried
Mm,
to like them because I know that they're good boys. And they're not pangit. They're they look nice. Like, some of them are cute, but just
Kiria, what is
I
War of
don't like
Hormone
the
and Dope?
music. Those
What is
those
that?
were their earlier songs that are very rap heavy.
Ah, okay.
I actually preferred their sound before
Mm, mm.
because they weren't trying to be something they were not. Because right
I
now they're
see.
trying to be singers, but they're not really
Singers.
singers.
Mm.
Yeah, nah.
God, these photos are so unflattering. Funny enough, I've never heard of any of their songs or that I know of. Mina is saying that.
Yeah, I mean, their music is not for everyone. Like their original music. But nowadays, I think if you try to listen to them, they're kind of vanilla. They're
Mhm.
inoffensive.
They're inoffensive. That's a
They're
good way to
fine.
put it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can listen to them and think, that's nice. It's up to you if you know it if it's your type of sound or if
Mm.
you really like their vocal quality. Because some people really just like their voices for what it is, right?
Mm.
I just don't.
Mm.
Like, they're really mid to me.
Chat is generally agreeing with your hot take. Like Monix's
So it's
brother
not that
agrees with
hot.
the take. Kiria have
It's
seen them
not that
live. Yeah.
spicy with
Yeah.
your audience, Sensei.
Maybe they know how to
Well, I
discern
started out like
quality.
with the I no well. I started out with the
Mm.
most generic hot take
Okay,
because there's
okay.
a lot of people who also
Okay,
dislike
okay.
BTS,
You're going
So
to have hotter takes. All right, can't wait, can't wait.
probably.
Hmm.
All right, so let's move on to the
Sonically
next hot
boring. Oh
take.
my god, that terminology. Anyway, next hot take. Oh,
Uh-huh.
ooh,
Fourth
okay.
gen groups to
Ooh,
me are
ooh.
too niche.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad thing,
It's
to
not.
have a strong identity right from the start. The problem is they get pigeonholed into that. So from what I'm seeing right now, right? Um, when these fourth gen groups debuted,
Mm-hmm.
they already had a set concept in mind, and they were sticking to that really well. But of course, as time progresses and as other groups emerge, you kind
Mm-hmm.
of have to change it up a bit. Otherwise,
Oh,
people will get bored of you,
stretch.
right?
Mm.
People would get bored. And that's what's happening now, I think. And that's how I feel for when it comes to fourth gen groups because they stuck so much to specific concepts or specific sounds. And when they try to veer away from that, it's too late. Sometimes it's like, oh, they're trying something new, but it doesn't work for them. And they
Mm.
end up flopping. And that's mainly because they were marketed as a specific kind of group, which is
Mm-hmm.
sad because I'm sure these artists, these girls and boys, would like to express themselves as artists
Right,
even
right,
more, but
right.
they're kind of being held back by the companies to fulfill a certain image.
Yeah.
They're unable to do so, and they kind of like end up being okay, same.
Mm.
And I think a common criticism is a lot of them sound alike because they kind
Mm.
of go with the trend, right? They
Yeah.
debut groups with concepts that are trendy. So when the trend dies out, they kind of die out with them.
Mm.
Very few fourth gen groups, I think, are able to um, go beyond like 3-4 years without kind of flopping. I'm
Mm.
not sure if there's a fourth gen group right now, I would say, would go on for like a decade. I
Mm.
don't
Mm.
know if there's one. If chat has like an example of who they think would go on to have a long
Long
career, I don't
prosperous
know who.
career. Yeah.
Yeah, because unlike, for example, me being an SM stan, right?
Mm.
SM doesn't really do specific concepts. What they do is um they train their artists to become really good singers. That's
Mm.
their number one priority. They need to be good singers. And then they undergo plastic surgery and to become beautiful. A lot of them are plastic fantastic.
Plastic
But it
fantastic.
works anyway. Yes. And then they debut with really strong music from the get-go. Sometimes it's very weird, but it
Mm.
sticks into people's minds. And then when they come back, they do a 180. Like for example, when TVXQ debuted, they were like um ballad singing guys. They were like a cappella. And then when they came back with an almost rock song.
Mm.
And then when they came back again, they went with a bubblegum pop song. So they're very flexible. And I think that really helps with, you know, maintaining um maintaining their popularity because they're not pigeonholed. It's
Mm.
like how Taylor Swift has evolved over the years, right? She has eras. She
Mm.
didn't stick to just one look, one sound. She adapted to like
Mm.
what's trendy, and also sometimes they set the trends themselves.
Mm. Just like Madonna or Chris Jericho from wrestling.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's what's missing with fourth gen groups now.
Mm. I think they've mastered the formula of we know how to get you to the top. Like we know how
Mm.
to get people to listen to you, but
Mm.
unfortunately, at the expense of maybe not to get people to listen to you over the course of several years.
Yeah, I don't
Mm.
know what the strategy right now is, but I also don't know if they're struggling because they keep on like setting records, quote unquote. But
They
I don't know
are.
how long.
Well, time
Like
will tell,
they're
right?
like
Time will
running
tell.
a sprint more than a marathon.
Right.
Is what
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind
So
of what
yeah.
picks the interest of the current generation of fans also, I guess. Like, I guess for us older folk, we prefer to maybe really follow the progression of our favorite groups. And I don't know,
Mm.
maybe this is a hot take all on its own, but maybe the more younger fans prefer to go moment per moment. Like their focus is,
Mm.
my group, my favorite group is now going to have a comeback with this song. Okay, I listen, and then tomorrow, it's
Yeah.
the comeback of another group. I listen to them next. So it's more like from
Yeah. And it's
high
also
to high.
yeah.
Mm,
I also think that it's probably because K-pop is booming, right? There's
yeah.
so many competition, so they kind of have
Mm,
to stand out. Maybe that's why they carved out a niche so
right.
quickly, so that
Right.
people would remember them because they're this group that does
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how long that will sustain them.
Yeah.
Sadly. So,
Kiria makes a good point in chat. The records are there because fans get obsessed super fast with fourth gen groups. And I think
oh
it's
yeah,
connected to
exactly.
what you're
Cause
saying. Yeah. Mm.
yeah, because fans really connect with them immediately. Oh, I
Yes.
really like this vibe. I really like these members, and I'm gonna stream
Right.
them indefinitely because I
Right.
want to push them to the top. But that's the thing. That's just one person doing so much. So you don't know if their statistics are overinflated because of that. It's
Yeah.
unlike for older groups who have established fandoms, like they don't really care about views or stream numbers because
Mm.
they know that these people will be with them for a long time.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how how food is sometimes, right? Like if you want, for example, if you have a restaurant or something, if you want your resto to last for a long period of time, kind of wanna not make too many really extremely spicy or whatever types of food.
Mm.
You wanna have like something to give you an edge over your competition, but you wanna be inoffensive. You don't want to be super super niche. Otherwise, once people have had what you have to offer and they say, oh, this tastes nice, but they might forget about it the following day because that's all you do.
Mm.
So I think it's kind of like that. Like the specialization, then the I guess them being too niche makes them a lightning rod for eyes, but after that, because of them being extremely niche and not having other varieties to keep people listening to them, then people
Mm.
would stop listening to them. They'll move on to the next lightning rod, and there's no shortage of lightning
Yeah.
rods in K-pop. It's like a new group
Yeah,
debuting every few months.
they're just pumping them out like a
Hmm.
conveyor belt.
Which
Like a
is
good example for me for
yes.
this is a group called ITZY.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a fan of ITZY. I really like ITZY. Thing is, whenever they change their concept, people are like flip flopping about it. And they're like, why are they doing this? This doesn't
Mm.
sound ITZY. So
Mm.
they get like criticized for changing up their song, but also at the same time, you kind of want them to change it up, but not so much. And I
Mm.
feel like that's such a difficult thing to balance.
Right. Yeah. I like the term that Blanc used in chat, commoditized entertainment. I kind of agree.
commoditized or
commoditized
like
entertainment.
commodified. Yeah.
Yeah. Commoditized. It's a commodity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I was
Yeah.
researching
All right.
the fourth gen groups that are most popular. It's interesting that TXT is here. You're familiar with
Mm-hmm.
TXT. You've heard about them, right? From last week's podcast.
I've heard of them. I don't really know them.
Yeah, I wonder if
The only thing
maybe
I
not.
know
We'll
about them
see.
is they tried to cover Replay by Shiny, and I was like, okay.
Hey,
Nice try.
covers are a good form of flattery, I guess. Maybe, I don't know.
Fine.
They're
It's
just paying
fine.
homage to a legendary group, I guess.
As
Anyway,
they should.
oh my gosh, before we ruffle some more feathers, what's your next feather ruffling take? Oh my god.
Related,
We've come
related.
to this.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
related to being pigeonholed. I think it
Okay.
really started with
Ooh.
Blackpink, and Blackpink is a third gen group. Blackpink is a third gen group, almost at the tail end of the third gen.
Mm-hmm.
And at the start, their music was really good. They
Mm-hmm.
they weren't as girl crush, hard hitting, I'm gonna smack you in the face kind of concept. Um, they were very similar to 21 in sound, and there's a whole story behind that. Um, Mostly because they share a producer. The producer is Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
He produced so much for Big Bang and 21. So he also
So it's
produces
good
for
songs.
Blackpink.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, unfortunately, when Blackpink hit it off
Mm-hmm.
really strongly with the girl crush concept, they really just stuck to it. And they
Mm-hmm.
stuck to it like chewing gum on your foot. Um, Unfortunately, um, yeah, their music is for me kind of stale
Mm-hmm.
because they sound the same. For
Mm-hmm.
the past several releases, they kind of sound the same. There's been a few here and there that were kind of different. But yeah, I counted like 5 songs, 5 title tracks in the past 5 years
Mm-hmm.
that sounded almost indistinguishable to me. But it's working really well for them. They're the most sold out concert act in
Mm-hmm.
K-pop ever. I think
Mm-hmm.
they're also the most sold out girl group ever to like be
Really?
performing concerts all over the world.
Oh,
Yeah, right now their concert is extremely successful. And I feel
really?
bad for them because some of them are getting sick already
Mm.
from all the work.
Mm.
But they're extremely successful, so it's working for them. So I think that's what happened with the fourth gen. They were like, oh look, they stuck with their concept and they did well, so maybe you guys can do it too. Sadly, they're not Blackpink. They don't have the
Mm.
magic that Blackpink has. And then you have Blinks bashing the classical musicians for pointing out one of their title tracks sounds like La Campanella.
Wait, what
Oh
is
yes.
this?
Are you talking about Shutdown? Are you talking about Shutdown?
What?
Yeah, I think um there Blackpink released a song that sampled a classical musical piece. But they sampled
Really?
just a tiny bit of it and
Uh-huh.
they turned it into like the ostinato or the hook of the
The
song.
hook, yeah.
So it works for the song. It works for the song, but for classical musicians, they were like, why just sample that part? It's a tiny part of this amazing piece.
Yeah, shut down. Yeah,
Releasing the same
shut down.
song 5 times is the most basic I've had. well, I stand by it. I mean, Sensei, I
Mm.
will have you listen to these 5 songs and
Sure.
you tell
Sure,
me
sure,
what you
sure.
think. Because to me, they were like, oh, when they released, I think Dudu was first.
Mm-hmm.
Yung hit you with that,
Ah, yeah, that one I know.
ayun,
Yes.
sobrang sumikat sila doon.
Yes, that was
That
really
one. And then
popular.
they released How You Like That,
Oh, it's that's not the same
parang,
song?
uh, See, it's not the same song.
What's the same? Okay.
It's a
That's
different
part of the same
song.
song. Okay.
But the thing is, you can stitch them together and they would sound like seamless to me.
Mm-hmm. What did Kiria say? What did
They
Kiria
have
use
like
foul
other songs,
language?
but
What happened? Kiria got flagged for foul language. What did you say, Kiria?
what? Oh no!
Oh no,
Oh
are you
no!
ruffling feathers a little too much?
I don't know.
No, the bot
Oh
is
no!
hyperactive sometimes. It happens.
Yeah, I've been cursing the whole stream. Shouldn't be that strict.
Yeah, Streamlabs
Alright.
is just pretty strict.
But
Hmm.
we're kind of running out of time,
Okay,
Sensei.
sure. Move.
So let's move on. Yeah, New
Oh.
Jeans.
Ooh,
New
New
Jeans. I really
Jeans.
like New Jeans. I kind of stan New Jeans because I really like their music. But their newest album left me really disappointed because to me it was so short. They have 6 songs in their latest album, but it's 12 minutes long in its entirety.
Mm.
And when you listen to it, they kind of sound the same. And they also feel like they're all just background music to be used for TikTok. That's what I feel. They were made for TikTok. And their music kind of sounds like the type of music you'd hear when you shop at H&M. It's kind of that kind of inoffensive Tugs Runway music.
And yet they used to be like, didn't their first few songs have this like very intriguing, like not just the video but also the melody. Yeah.
They still have that.
Okay.
They still have that. Their videos are really well executed. They're kind of cinematic and very different for what K-pop has established. They're not formulaic when it comes to their videos.
Yes.
Unfortunately, their latest release, I wanted to like it so bad, but left me wanting because it's so damn short. Really, like each song is like 2 minutes long.
Each song is just 2 minutes.
Yeah, if you listen to it, it's like just one giant song. If you listen to it, it feels like just one giant song.
Maybe that's the concept.
Yeah, it probably is. It's just not for me.
Okay.
And I really feel like the strategy behind this is they want their songs to be viral.
Who's that lady on the rightmost? The one in black.
I wouldn't call her a lady. She's 15.
She's 15? How young are these performers? Oh my gosh.
She's the youngest member. I think the oldest member is like, what, 20? The one in red at the bottom is the oldest member, I think.
Really?
Yeah, they're very young.
Is that okay?
They debut them really young.
That's probably a discussion for another time. Right?
Yes.
It's
a topic for another discussion. Yep, they're very young.
Okay. We sort of touched upon this during the last podcast. Like, people had opinions on debuting at a young age. But like, 15! 15?
Yeah, it is morally dubious.
What was I doing
I'm not
when
sure
I was
if it's
15?
ethical. I'm not sure if it's ethical, but I guess the reason why this happens is one, for you to establish like a very dedicated fan base, you gotta start them young. Essentially, you target the teens, and the way for you to target a teen is to produce an idol who they can relate to.
Who's also a teen, but
right?
You're still a teen at 18.
Exactly.
15 is so young.
I don't know. They just start them really young. Well, Shiny debuted 15, 18 also. So, you know.
I guess.
It's kind of hard to justify, but I also understand kind of. Because you think of them as athletes, right?
Yes.
Apart from just being entertainers, they're kind of like athletes. And athletes, you start them really young, right?
I guess
you train them really young to be proficient in dancing, singing, acting, similar to athletes.
Yeah, but like it's the entertainment industry, and you know how the entertainment industry is sometimes like there would always be this aspect
predatory,
of
right?
attraction and I don't want to use the
Yes,
term,
that's
but sexualization
un-
sometimes too, and it's
unfortunately that's also part of the strategy sometimes. Unfortunately,
I see.
I will admit to that some of these companies kind of really target people who are into that.
Yeah. And then what Blanc is saying,
Because at
that's
the end
true
of
as
the day,
well.
right,
Mm.
they want to make money. Because
Yeah.
teens, not all teens have money to spend on their idols, but
That's
older
true.
people do.
Gosh,
It's really sus, and
yeah.
I'm not justifying it. I'm not defending it. I'm just playing devil's advocate as to why they would do that. There's
Mm-mm.
there's pros and cons to everything, right?
Yeah. My gosh. Okay. Like I'm trying to remember
Yeah,
what
because like for me, for
mm.
example, I ended up liking Shiny because they were my age, and I grew up with them. That's why their music to me and like them as artists, they mean a lot to me.
Okay.
And I think that's what some of these companies are also banking on.
That's what they're going for. Like market to a younger
Yeah.
demographic. To be fair,
Yeah, so you grow up with them.
yeah. To be
Similar to
fair,
like
yeah.
how Harry Potter
Yeah.
exploded in popularity, right?
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
as the book series progressed, the audiences, the readers also grew older and the
Yeah.
topics on the books became more mature, and
Yeah.
people have such a strong connection to that franchise because of
Yeah.
it. So it's kind of like that.
Yeah. To be fair nga, the current generation of fans, they mature in some aspects faster than the older generation of fans. By that I mean like what were we doing when we were 15 compared to what are the 15-year-olds doing now, right? They're doing more,
Mm-mm.
I guess, for a lack of a better term, more mature things. I'm not referring to anything sus by that, right? Like they're just, but they're yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Probably, I don't know. I'm not young enough to know. I can't speak to that.
anyway, I'm just surprised that one of them is actually 15 years old. Like, whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I think two of them are.
Two of them? Which is the second one? The one beside her?
Yeah,
The one in the middle top?
the one beside the girl in red,
Oh, the one at the
the
bottom
one
left?
in front.
Oh my god, they're both 15.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
I think so. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway,
Anyway, moving
next
on.
one.
So yeah, K-pop songs tend to be really high,
They do.
and I feel like singing in lower register should be more normalized. As much as I like the screaming, I like
Mm,
the belting and the vocal athletics that these idols do. I worry for their voices, especially for
yeah.
those who aren't really sopranos or tenors.
Mm,
And sadly, there's so many artists, so many K-pop idols or artists who sing really well in their register, like in their normal mezzo soprano or baritone registers. They
mm,
sound really good. They sing really well, but because K-pop tends to favor songs in higher registers, these artists tend to be relegated as the quote-unquote rappers, even though they can't really
uh,
rap for shit. Um,
mm,
so yeah, sadly that's what happens. But like for example, a member of EXO, Park Chanyeol,
mm,
he's their rapper,
mm,
and he's an okay rapper. He just learned to rap because that was his designated role. Um, and he really worked hard to become good, but he really wants to sing,
mm.
and he sings really well.
It's just it doesn't have a
His
very
voice is
high
pretty
voice.
low.
Yeah.
Yeah, his voice is really low. It sounds so good.
Mm,
So when he went kind of solo, whenever he does his solo work, he sings in his register and it's so good. So I wish that these companies would release more songs
mm,
that are in their range.
mm. Look at chat. Chat is agreeing with you.
Yeah, alto bass K-pop singers. Yeah, right. They sound so good in their own registers, and it's kind of cringe when they try to make them belt and they can't reach it. So you're like,
Mm.
oh no, they kind of suck, but actually they don't. They're just not
It's just
singing in
not
their
their
comfortable
natural. Yeah,
range.
that's not their natural range.
Yeah.
Mm. I mean, I can
Starting with
see.
V.
Yeah, V.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, V for BTS.
Okay. Like, I can see, I guess, the appeal of like hitting the high registers. It's viewed as more
Mm.
difficult. But oh my god, have you tried singing low if your voice is not
Yeah, it's
naturally
hard.
low? It's difficult too. Putting
It's
power,
hard.
it's putting power on low notes is so difficult. My gulay.
Yeah.
Like if you have to
And
sing in a high register, you
mhm.
naturally put power to that, right? Because you can't reach it if you don't put power on it unless you falsetto, and even then, there's still some
Yeah,
power.
it
But
also
if it's low, it's so hard
also
to put power. Yeah,
yeah, also lower voices, they're really sexy.
well, yeah. Not gonna lie, yes. Mm.
Big example is Yang Hee-eun from First Gen. She's an alto and the whole K-pop veterans love her. Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh,
now
I
you
have
have
to look her
someone to
up.
look.
There is a group. There is a group that is already disbanded. I think they were kind of second gen also. I don't know
Mhm.
if anyone knows of Spica.
Oh, Speaka.
They were a group with older members,
Mm.
and their two main vocals, I think, kind of have lower registers, and they sounded so good. Sobrang
Mm.
husky ng voices nila. It's like,
Yeah.
Kaso, yun nga, they didn't take off,
Yeah.
sadly.
Yeah.
Sacrificing melodic variety for consistency. Yes, that's so true.
Mm.
Yeah, sadly. As much as I love these singers who can belt and do all the crazy runs that they do, I
Mm.
really wish that they would give more emphasis to bass alto singers.
Yeah. It's really hard to sing bass live as well because
Mm.
most microphones, well, I'm pretty sure they have like excellent microphones, but some of the microphones also have difficulty picking up those really low notes, so they tend to not translate well to the speakers, so you have to put, like I said, put extra power so the microphone will pick it up properly, and that's really difficult. So I hope more people really like acknowledges how difficult it is to sing low. It's not only singing
Yeah.
high that's difficult, singing low as well, and we should appreciate those who could just sing that so naturally and so well. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They sound really
Hmm.
nice. So,
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Next. Are there more?
Hmm.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
I've come to
we're
that
already
point
at the
now.
very end.
Okay, the
Yes.
very end of the presentation.
I think we have a bit of time left.
Mm-hmm.
I only have a few slides, Sensei. Let's see how well you know my taste.
Let's turn the lights on again for this one. All right, sure.
It is now time for me to quiz you.
Yeah.
So, who
How
among
the turns have been
who
tabled.
among yes, who among the members of Highlight do you think is my bias?
Who among? There's more than one. Gosh, I'm not ready. My brain
Well,
is
no,
already
no,
filled.
I'm just gonna make you choose one.
Just one.
I'll give you since there's only 4 members in this slide, I'll only give you one shot.
Oh gosh, okay. Just one shot, right?
Yes.
Why
You
do
can
I
ask
think
questions.
why do I think it's this, stop it with the you can ask questions. It's the same thing. If I ask questions, I wouldn't know how to interpret the answer. Okay, give me their
Okay,
names.
fine.
Give
Alright,
me their
fine.
names. Who are they?
No, I'm not gonna give you their
Oh,
names.
see, you're not
because
even
you'll
gonna
probably
answer
recognize-
that.
Yeah.
That's the only one
I'm
that
pretty
has
sure I've
value to
mentioned-
me.
I probably mentioned
Yes, you have.
their names to you.
You have.
So,
I don't even
yeah,
remember
you have
the
one
names of
shot to
these.
make a guess.
What's the name
Who
of
is
the
my
people?
bias?
Okay, can I ask like
I'm not gonna say because the name is very, very memorable. So,
you don't have to say
Yeah,
them in
you
order.
just
Just
make
tell
a
me the
wild
names
guess.
of the 4 people in Beast. Don't have to say them in order. I just need to know what their names are because I forgot their names.
alright.
You don't have to say it
So-
in order.
Of the 4 active members of Beast/Highlight,
Mm-hmm.
okay, the members are number 1. Well, not in any particular order.
Not the one in this
Oh.
picture. You just say the first.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
That's what you meant.
Okay, so
Okay.
there's Yang Yosob,
Uh-huh.
there's Lee Gi Kwang,
Uh-huh.
there's Son Dong Woon,
Uh-huh.
and Yoon Do-jun.
So it's my
So
goal to find
Yosob,
who Dongwon is.
Gikwang, Dongwoon, and Dujun. Yes.
My goal is to
Where
find
is
Dongwon,
Dongwoon?
right?
See, I told you would know the name. I told
Yeah,
you would know the
yeah.
name.
So that's why I said just don't tell me which one is which. I just need to know their name, so I need to jog my memory. Which one? So it's Dongwon, right? I have to know who Dongwon is.
Mm-hmm.
Which of these four look like a
Mm-hmm.
Dongwon? Ah, gosh. Um, three
This is the only
maybe
K-pop idol that I've ever made fan art of.
or four?
Yes.
Is it three?
Wait, are you guessing now?
I'm
Sorry.
guessing
What?
3 or 4. I'm not sure.
Oh, is your final answer?
You know what? I always make a mistake if I second guess myself, so
Don't
I'm gonna say
Google.
3. I'm not
Don't
googling. I'm not
Google.
googling. I'm not googling. I have
Okay.
stopped googling.
Okay.
Is it 3? That's my final answer.
Sorry,
Which one
Sensei.
is
You
it?
were right with 4.
Oh my god! I should
That's
always
number
second
4.
guess myself.
Dongwon based. Right? Right? Congrats nga pala sa kanya. He's already married. He got married last month.
He got married
He got
without controversy. That's
hitched.
amazing. That's
That's
another
because
thing, right?
they're not popular. That's why. They're
Okay.
not that popular.
Who's not
People
that
don't
popular?
care.
Highlight?
Yeah, they're not that
Oh.
popular.
Because I know when any of these idols, doesn't matter if it's the girl group or the boy group, if they get married, it's always like a big controversy, right? So like,
Yeah, they get married or if they get a boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
yeah, if they get
whole-
away with it,
Blah.
that's already a big thing. Hey, congrats
Yeah.
to Dongwon then.
I know, right? Yosob, my beloved. Yes. Yosob has one of my favorite voices in K-pop, honestly. I
Is
really love
Yosob
his
here?
voice. Yosob is number 2.
Number 2. Okay.
I love Beast a normal amount. I mean, honestly, same. I really love that they stuck to their sound. As much
What's
as
the
I
song by Beast?
appreciate, like for example, Fiction.
Can you sing a little line
That's
from
their
that?
most popular song.
Help me jog my memory again. Okay. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, that
Fiction
one.
goated.
Sorry,
I
I
remember
don't
Fiction.
really know
Yeah,
the
I remember
lyrics.
Fiction.
Yes,
Okay.
it is goated. It's a great song.
Mm-mm.
A lot of vocal coaches in Korea are asked to teach people to sing like Yosob or Kikwang.
Oh, really?
That's great.
Ah.
Yeah, I think Yosob has a very healthy technique because he uses a lot of his mixed voice, so he
Mixed
doesn't really
voice.
strain as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a mystery to me
He's
what
really
mixed
good.
voice mean. I don't know what it is, how it is to sing with mixed voice.
It's hard
I
to
still don't
explain.
understand.
It's kind of
I
hard
still
to
do not
explain.
understand.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't explain it either. I don't
Mm.
understand it really well.
I swear I've
So
seen
yeah,
several videos
alright.
of what that is, but I still can't tell. Oh, yeah, Espa.
Next, let's go with the girl group.
Number 3, right?
Who do you think is my bias in Espa?
Number 3, right?
Oh,
Am I
so
wrong?
fast.
Yeah.
Are you locking that in?
I'm
Are you locking that in?
Yeah, is it number 3?
Oh, yes, you're correct. You're correct. I really like Karina.
Kind of
She's
remember
so
the
pretty.
face somehow.
Mukhang CGI.
Yes. I
Yes,
remember the
siya yung mukhang
face.
CGI.
Who are they,
all of the AI idols are trying to look like her. So from left to right, that's Winter, Ningning, Karina, and Giselle.
Ning Ning's number 2, that's her name?
Yeah, she's Chinese.
Chinese. Okay. It's just like that's not a very common. It's not a Korean sounding name either. I see.
Yeah. None of them sound Korean. What are you talking about? They're all English
but like
mostly.
the others sound like names you'll hear in a K-pop group, right?
K-pop group. True.
Yes.
Sounds very stage namey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I guess that's what I was going.
Apart
for.
from Giselle, because I don't really understand why they named her Giselle.
Which one's Giselle?
Her name, number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
She's half Japanese, half Korean. Her real name is Eri. And I wish
That's
they
a
just
nicer
stuck with
name.
Eri.
That's a nice name.
And
Eri.
right? It's I know.
No,
I don't know why they
see
called her
why.
Giselle. It's so dumb.
I think I know why.
Why?
Because Airy sounds.
Why?
It has the same starting phoneme as Espa, and it might be a problem.
Meh. I don't care. It sounds so pretty. So I don't. Well, of all the nice names, nice
Mm.
stage names. Why call someone Giselle?
Giselle though, yeah. Why Giselle? Mm-mm. I
I don't
agree.
know. She sounds like the evil stepsister of Cinderella.
Giselle.
Yeah,
Sunod
kasi
kontrabida
Anastasia
from
and Drizella.
ah,
Drizella naman, but kind of sounds like Giselle, diba?
Giselle.
So,
Okay, shall we go to the next?
yeah.
Next.
Alright.
Oh, Big
Another
Bang.
boy group. Big Bang.
It's
An oldie but a goodie.
number 2, right? Final
Are you locking
answer.
that in?
Yes, it's either 1 or 2, I think, but I think I'm locking in 2. Am I wrong?
Yes, you are wrong.
Oh my
Although
god.
G-Dragon
Yes.
is very close
That's
second.
G-Dragon.
I
Yes.
stand top more. I
Which one is
stand
top?
I stand top more. Top is number 3.
Number 3. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I just recognized
TOP.
G-Dragon somehow. And I remember you mentioning G-Dragon
Yeah.
several
Well,
times. I see.
the first one is Taeyang. The first
Taeyang.
one is Taeyang, G-Dragon.
Hmm.
Top and what's his name? Oh shit, Daesung.
You forgot number 4. I was going to say, number 4 is
Sorry,
probably the
oh
one
my
that you
god,
least
it's
care about.
Daesung. No.
Okay.
Actually, Daesung has the best voice
Oh, yeah,
among
yeah,
all of
yeah.
them. He has the
Yeah.
best
Okay,
voice.
okay, okay. But you forgot his name, so it's probably the one that you least care about.
No, they have one more member that I
Okay.
do not care about
That's
at
why
all.
you
That's
don't
why he's
put.
not there.
Okay, okay. Okay. Who's the fourth
Well, to be
member?
fair, he
Japan's
has
right
had
member?
the worst scandal. He has had the
Ah.
worst scandal in all of K-pop. So I
Hmm.
am deleting his existence. He does not exist.
Okay. Oh, so Daesung has one of the lower register K-pop singers.
Oh
Oh,
yes,
I
yes.
see.
He has a very wide vocal
Yeah.
range. Taeyang is also a great singer, but his range is very limited. But what he can do in that limited range is great, spectacular. But Daesung, on the other hand, I would say he's pretty underrated
Yeah.
as a vocalist. Sadly,
Hmm.
also probably because he's not much of a looker.
I'm trying to also like
Oh
I
well.
remember all of the names of the first three you mentioned, but they song I don't super remember. So, guess there's reason.
Because he's not the most the most popular.
Yeah.
He doesn't release
Underrated.
music outside of Big Bang as much. Yeah, I don't know, but he did have a funny thing he did on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I think during Big Bang's hiatus, very very long hiatus, he opened a YouTube account as a drummer.
As a drummer,
but he never showed his face. Yeah, he never showed his face, and he gained popularity as a drummer. And then I forgot how people discovered that it was Daesung all along. Anyway, he revealed it eventually in a very funny way. Maybe Kyra can speak to that more.
Yeah.
I forgot. Kyria, sorry.
Kyria. Okay. I think Taeyang
Taeyang revealed it by accident. Oh, oof. Okay.
I know Big Bang for one
Yeah,
song.
alright.
Haru Haru. And I
Haru
really
Haru.
the only reason is because it's in piano keys. And in it's also in
Jubeat. That rhythm game.
It's in Jubeat, yes.
Yeah, Jubeat, right. Jubeat. We used to play that so often.
Yeah, we do. That's why I remember Haru Haru. And by, as a consequence, Big Bang. Next.
Okay, next.
Oh gosh, it's
so we're getting more members now, and the names are there, so you can ask questions if you want. They're a newer group. They are called IVE, and there is one member there that I like.
Only one.
Guess who?
Only one.
Yeah, just one. Make a guess.
They have to be, I believe they have to be like really good at singing for them to be your favorite, right? So who among them sings well?
Necessarily, Top is not a singer.
Who?
Top is not a singer. He's a rapper.
Yeah. But you can't really change your what do I say here? You can't adjust weights of an AI model just because of one outlier.
Well, I will tell you though, there is only one vocalist in IVE.
Is it?
one person I would consider an actual vocalist in IVE.
And which one
And
is
it's
that?
Liz.
It's Liz.
It's Liz.
I don't know if Liz is your bias though. Doesn't seem like someone who would be your bias for some reason. Like my brain is not telling me, nope, it's probably not Liz.
Kiria is saying Dongwon is also a visual, not a main vocal. To be fair, right now, everyone is a vocal in Highlight. They're all vocalists. And I think starting from their album with Fiction, Dongwon already became like one of their lead vocals. Because he's always featured in the chorus. Because for some reason, they discovered that the mix of Yosob and Dongwon's vocals is really good. So yeah, they began doing that more and more.
Which company is Beast or sorry, Highlight from? They changed companies.
They
right?
used to be from Cube, but now they're independent. They manage themselves.
Ah, okay. Because I noticed usually if the group is independently managed, they're more free to change their roles. Not sure if that's true. Like it's harder to change.
And also,
roles
there's
in
just 4 of
company
them.
Groups. That's true.
There's only 4 of them. It's so hard to like tell someone that you're just this and you're just
True.
that when there's only 4 of you.
True.
So they do everything now.
Okay. So from the 6, for some reason, I'm thinking it's either, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Gayul, and
Gaul,
and Eugene. It's
I
one of
will
those
tell
two.
you though, they are my top 2, so it's one of them.
Okay,
Yes,
so,
you're correct.
Yeah. See, it's the model is working. I'm either selecting the top or the second top, so it's working. I just, from the 2 of them, who might it be? I'll say Eugene, just so I have a guess, but I can't really tell. Probably Eugene. That's my final answer.
You're right.
Okay, there you go.
Congrats! 2 points for you. You're nailing it with the girl groups.
Apparently, but I also kind of got it with
Sensei knows
Diba?
my taste in women.
maybe. Which of the dude groups did I not get? Big Bang I didn't get, but you did say G-Dragon is like second, right?
It's kind
Was it
of hard
one of
not to like G-Dragon.
Yeah. And
It's almost impossible to dislike G-Dragon.
And then in Highlight, I did make a mistake.
Yeah, well,
Highlight.
you did get at least my favorites among the top 2. So I will give you that.
It works. It's
Yeah,
just it's
all
giving
right.
me 2 and I have to decide which of the 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, in this group, in IVE, Anne Eugene isn't their main vocal, but she is one of their lead vocals. She's also the leader of this group, and she's extremely funny and talented. Like, she's a great host. She dances really well. She also can sing. Her personality is actually very infectious. That's why I like her. She's one of the members of Ijuan also. Yeah, so I kind of got invested in her just from the reality show also.
From
so,
Ijuan.
yeah,
Okay.
she's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to stereotype people by how they look, but she does look like she's a responsible person. I don't know why.
I guess, yeah.
Again, I
The
don't
other group member, the other member of Ijuan who's also in this group is Wonyoung. Wonyoung is probably like one of the most popular K-pop idols right now. Because she's extremely pretty. It's crazy how pretty she is. The funny thing is, even though she is like the visual, she's the pretty one. Eugene is kind of at par with her in terms of popularity, just because she's a lot of fun and she's also pretty. She's like the girl next door, and it's kind of rare for a K-pop group to have 2 centers. And I would say IVE has 2 centers because of them. It's usually just one person. Yeah, so in their case, they're marketed as the 2 centers, because in every photo shoot they have, silang dalawa yung nasa harap palagi. Kawawa yung iba. It's like Eugene and Wonyoung and friends.
Eugene, Wonyoung and friends. How old are they?
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Are they young too? I
Um,
feel like they're
I
all young.
think I think Eugene and Wonyoung hit 20 this year.
Okay, and the rest?
Gaul I think is older by at least a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
The rest are younger. I think
Younger.
their youngest is Lee, so I think she's already 16.
I see.
16, 17. It was still young.
Yeah,
They debuted with Lizzo as 15, so
I see.
kind of like New Jeans.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move to the next? Oh god, there's so
Yeah.
many of them. Holy
Oh,
crap.
ayan. Ito na 17. Let's
Oh my
go.
god, there's too many. It's hard. There's too many of them. Uh and then one of them is blocking like half his face with his hand. It's so what? Candace, I have to move closer. Okay, I have to start
LT Fu
eliminating.
says, I love Ive. Yeah, I love Ive also.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's Vernon. I don't think it's.
You don't think Vernon?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I
Okay.
also don't think it's Escu. Escus? Escus.
You also don't think it's
Escus.
Escu. Interesting. Because,
Uh,
alright. I will say they are my top 2 and 3.
they're your top 2 and 3. So maybe I'm going for top 1. That's why I'm
Yes.
eliminating them.
Yeah, alright. Alright.
It's probably
You have
not
one more.
DK.
Okay, yes,
DK
you're
is
right. That's
Donkey
not
Kong.
DK. Sige,
I
oh my god,
I
Donkey Kong.
don't know if it's Song Kwan because it's kind of close up. But I'm eliminating Song Kwan as well for some reason. And
No, it's not Song Kwan, but I like Song Kwan because he's also their main vocal and he's also very funny.
I see. So in the bottom row, it's just Dino. Dino. Si Dino. Okay, I was gonna say, is it Dino? Because Dino sounds fancier. It really is just Dino.
It's,
Okay, si
it's
Dino. Okay, si
Dino.
Dino. So it's Dino, Woozy,
Si Dino
D8,
dyan
Mingyu, Jun, Hoshi, Wonwo, Jonghan, and Joshua.
Joshua and Jonghan.
Who else can I start eliminating? Gosh.
No, I'm just gonna give you one more shot. Just guess.
No, I'm eliminating.
No, we don't have time.
Okay. Oh my
Just
god.
guess.
Is it so hard? Is it Mingyu maybe? Perchance?
No, it's not
Which one
Mingyu.
is it?
It's June.
It's June.
You know why?
Why?
It's a very babaw reason.
Why?
Because he looks like Hichol.
Oh god. I should have known.
He looks like Hichol. That's why.
Yeah, I see. I see the resemblance.
Yeah, he's Hichol if Hichol could dance really well.
Okay, I see the resemblance. Okay. Well, I failed in 17.
Yeah.
17 continued to baffle
Circle,
me.
then Hoshi. Hoshi, the one beside June.
Hoshi, yes.
He's a mega shiny fan, so I like
really?
Hoshi just because of that.
Ah.
Yeah, he attends their concerts and he
Ooh.
also comments on their IG lives. He's that kind of fan.
I just needed to guess which one is Nyakasen's bias. And I failed in 17. To be fair, this group has been popular for a long time, but I only found out about them today. Like, are all of you like gaslighting me, telling me that 17 was popular this entire time, and I'm just finding out about
We
it?
don't have to gaslight you. You just have to go to their YouTube and see the amount of views that they get on their videos. They're that popular.
I understand, but at the same time, I don't know why I've not heard of this group ever. Like, I'm only hearing about them today. I don't even think was 17 even mentioned last week. Wasn't even mentioned last week. And you're telling me they're the second most popular group right now. Like, what? Anyway, is there one more?
Yeah.
There's one more slide. Is there one more?
Yeah, there's one more, I think.
Oh, it's sperm.
Yeah, it's sperm.
It's sperm.
They're not an active group right now because some of them are in the army, but
Mhm.
and also Lucas, I guess I was too lazy to remove Lucas because he already left. I think not really announced, but he kind of left, and he has his own controversies, unfortunately. So you only have a choice between Mark, Ten, Taeyong, Kai, Taemin, and Bacon. And you already know that I stand Taemin from Shiny, and
Yes, I
you
was
already
gonna
know
say
I stand
Taemin.
Kai from EXO, and Taeyong from NCT.
Yes,
So you only really have out of the three of them to choose. Who do you think I
Taemin,
stand
Kai,
the
or
most
Taeyong.
in Super M?
In
Yes.
sperm. Uh,
Yes,
I'm gonna
sperm.
say Taemin. Is it Taemin? If it's
That's
not
your final
Taemin,
answer.
yeah, this is my final answer. If it's not Taemin, it has to be, I
I
don't know.
Much as I love Taemin, and he really does really well in Super M. Unfortunately, whenever I see Super M perform, I only have eyes for Kai.
I had a feeling it was Kai. I was gonna say if it wasn't
It's
Taemin, it has to be
Kai.
Kai. Oh my god, this
Funny thing
sperm.
is,
Mm-hmm.
technically, I'm not the most invested in Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like Taemin more as a
Mm-hmm.
person. Like I'm invested in more in Taemin and probably Taeyong as
Mm-hmm.
individual idols more than Kai.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see them perform, and all these people, they're all attention grabbers.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. They're like the quote unquote Avengers of K-pop, mga
And this is
cringe,
a
whatever.
super group, right? Supposedly, that's why they're Super M.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the super group because they're
They're the
from
sperm.
different
Yeah.
SM groups,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The S
they're
and
the
the M,
aces
right?
of the
Is
different
Super
SM groups.
SM.
Yes.
Yes, that's why they're
Yeah.
Super M. What an
So
unfortunate name. Mm-hmm.
the fact that to me Kai stands out, he sticks out so much in this
Ah,
group is a testament to how great
yeah.
a performer is.
Makes sense. Makes
So
sense.
yeah, it's crazy how much you can't. Well, I can't take my eyes away from Kai when he performs
Mm.
in
In
Super
Super
M.
M, but just
Considering
in Super
all of
M.
them, yeah,
Mm.
considering all of them, I stan
I
technically.
see.
Like in Wavy, I love Ten. In NCT, I really like Mark and Taeyong. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, he's insane. He's
Mm.
insanely charismatic when he performs. Kai,
Can I just say their faces are so eerily perfect, and it's a little
right?
disconcerting. Like I'm kind of
Yes.
it's uncanny how perfect
To be
some of
fair,
their
there's a
faces
lot of
look like.
Photoshop. There's a lot of
Okay.
Photoshop involved there, but yes, I mean, SM has a particular look that they
Yeah, I
try
can see
to
that.
achieve.
I can see that. If you combine all
Yes,
of the aces, they
and
kind of
it's the Jejong template. I call it the
the
Jejong
Jejong
template.
template. Yeah. Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I call it the Jejong template. Jejong is their totga. The
Ah,
moment Jejong left their company, they've been trying their
to
very
make another
hardest
Jejong.
to make another Jejong.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of achieved that with Taeyong and
It's
Lucas.
like
They have the strong Jejong vibes.
yeah, it's their cheeks, right? It's like if someone asks one of these members for an
High
autograph.
cheekbones.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
someone asks these one of them for an autograph, they're just gonna go to their seatmate, to their next of kin, and sign on their cheek because it's so flat. Like I don't. Do you not see it? The cheekbones are so high and the cheeks are so flat. You can sign autographs on that.
Yeah, bawal baby fat.
Yeah.
For for these photo shoots, I remember because Taemin technically has chubby cheeks.
Mm.
Like on a normal day, he has chubby cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
But for specific whenever he has photo shoots, he specifically avoids
Salt.
salty food. Like
Oh.
for several days before a planned photo shoot, he doesn't take any salty food, any
Right.
sodium, so that his face is like kind of dried out.
Dry and
So
flat. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can see the features of his bone structure and
Yeah.
stuff. Para kita jawline, mga ganun. So yeah,
Okay.
that's what they do.
I think I see Jejong the most in Taeyong for some reason, but that's probably just me.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay.
The moment I saw Taeyong, I was like, oh shit, they found another Jeju.
At least I got that one.
Yeah. But Jejong can't really dance.
Or
So Taeyong can dance his ass off.
okay. Can Taeyong sing?
Taeyong
Like sing
can't
really
sing.
well?
He can, but again, he's one of those with lower registers.
Ah,
In his solos, he sings in his register and it
I
sounds
see.
good. But he's not as vocally
Gifted.
proficient as
Efficient.
Jejong.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
remember Jejong, he used to tell me that when he started, his voice was so nasally, but as he developed, he started to
No,
sound more.
baliktad.
Is it the opposite? Oh yeah, you're right.
No,
You're right. You're right. Yeah,
Jaejong's
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Jaejong's
remember.
Jaejong's voice sounded really crystal clear at the very
Yeah.
start,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then
Yes.
as he grew older, he started smoking more, and also he went to
Ah.
Japan where nasal sounding voices
Yeah.
were
You're
the
right.
norm. So he kind of adapted to that market. So he's kind of
Yeah.
more nasal now, but nowadays less so.
Was it? Is it the DBSK video that you showed me before where they were all singing like a ballad and they were in front of what seemed like a mirror or a lake or something that's tiny and there's a reflection of them on the floor? The title is something on ice or whatever, like
Love on the
love
Ice.
on the ice. Is that
Hmm.
DBSK? Am I remembering correctly?
Yes, yes, yeah, that's their song.
Yeah, wasn't it there that Jae-jung's voice was still kind of crystal? Or am I misremembering already? Am
Pretty
I
much, yeah.
combining?
The thing is, whenever he performs in Korea, his voice is
Ah,
different.
I see.
He adapts his voice to the Korean market, so it sounds clearer. Nowadays, though, I think it's really just because of his
Yeah,
smoking.
the smoking.
That's why his voice got huskier.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
But in Japan, whenever you hear their
the Japanese
Japanese
songs.
tracks,
Yeah, like
he
Doshite.
sounds like a Japanese person.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very nasal.
yeah. I was listening to Doshite the other day, and I was like, wait, why did they sound nasal here?
Mm.
That's what gave me the impression that he might have started nasal and then developed into something to a more full voice. That gave me the impression because I remember
Mm.
Doshite is an old song. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah, all right, all right. Is that it for your
Can we
presentation?
get a summary of all my bias specifically towards female groups?
Do you want to just go back up
Um,
again from here? So Espa, it's Karina, number
well,
3.
we only have
Oh, we do
two
have
there,
2.
so it's really
And
just
then I have
Karina and
Eugene.
Eugene.
Hmm.
Yeah, but from other groups, like for example in SNSD, my favorite is Taeyeon
Taeyeon.
because she's a
That
great
one I
singer.
remember.
Makes me cry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw her last week and at the time of my life, she was so great.
Hmm.
Who else? In Red Velvet, my favorite Solgi because she's just such a good performer and
Mm-hmm.
she's cute. Um, who else? Blackpink. Do I have a bias in Blackpink? I think I do have a little preference towards Jennie
Jenny.
just because I like her attitude. Yeah, she
Hmm.
gives no fucks.
Hmm.
Um, who else? In IVE1, my favorite is Unbi. Like in IVE, my favorite is Eugene, but overall among like the IVE1 members, my favorite is Unbi.
Unbi.
Yeah, Kon Unbi. Who else? Sino pa bang mga girl groups? Le Seraphim, another IVE1
Beneficiary.
yeah, beneficiary, yeah. Um my favorite in Le Seraphim is Yunjin. Ha Yunjin.
Hmm.
Unbi and her recent water yes, oh my god. Her recent water bomb performance. Let's just say Unbi is very blessed in a certain area of her body that
Okay.
doesn't
I
get
see.
showcased. It doesn't get showcased in Korea because people there are prudes.
Well,
But
it's one
when
way
she
to say it. Yeah.
performed in yeah, she performed in Japan in a water bomb festival where people spray water on you.
Ouch.
You squirt on them, they squirt on you.
Wait. What?
She was wearing a
Hmm.
bikini. She was wearing a bikini and you could see very well she's very blessed. And I was
Okay.
like, whew, oh, what
Yunbi?
a woman. What
Yunbi
a
from
woman.
what group is this?
She,
Kwon Yunbi?
Unbi is a solo artist.
Unbi.
Kwon Unbi,
Kwon
yes.
Unbi.
She's a solo artist.
I'm
She
googling
was the
to
leader
see.
of IH1. She was the leader of IH1. And then when their contract expired, she went off as a solo artist.
Mm. Okay, that's what you're referring to.
Yes,
I've looked
Yunjin.
for
I
the
love
video.
Yunjin. She's like a walking meme. I love her. I love her nepotism meme. That's my favorite. I quote that all
Nepotism
the
meme.
time. Yeah. Nepotism. Yeah, Yunjin is half American. That's why she speaks in perfect English. And I think there was a video of her making a comment because one of her members was talking about, I guess, her upbringing
Mhm.
and how she got into the industry, and she said, "Nepotism."
Nepotism.
I love that so much. Yeah.
Oh my god. Mm, mm, mm.
So yeah, that's it.
Mm, 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 mm. Well, that was fun. Sorry, I'm sort of rushing a little bit because it's getting quite late and I still need to take you home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I need to go
you
home.
need to go home. Yeah, so I guess we can end the stream here for now. I'm pretty sure we'll have another part of this. Maybe it doesn't have to be an off collab. We'll see. The off collab setup is just more convenient
Mhm.
because if in case something
Yeah.
breaks, I can easily address it. If it's via Discord, and I know you're a little bit of a Discord boomer, it's a little harder to
Sorry, I know.
to troubleshoot.
I am a boomer.
So we'll see. Maybe next time we'll get you a better microphone or something. But I think it worked well. I mean, you didn't sound like too bad or anything like that. Yeah, so
As long as you
curious
can
thinking.
understand
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. Very much so. Very much so.
Oh, you're
Very much so.
welcome.
Mm,
Glad you
mm,
had fun.
yeah, so I guess we end the stream here. We don't have like a closing thing yet. We'll develop all of the
Mhm.
details of the Extracurriculars podcast as we go along. Like what we always do in this channel. We always develop stuff gradually over the course of several iterations.
We have
Mhm.
to go through scuff first.
We have to. Exactly. Yes. Because I keep saying this, there's no way to test stuff on stream. You can't just stream you can't stream in private or something. So you have to
Yeah.
the test episode is the first episode. There's no such thing as a test episode. It's just a pilot and then that's it. Right. So today has been that pilot and also test episode. And I think it's been fun and we should do this again some other time. Who knows? Maybe next time there's an intro video already or something. We'll see.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Next
There's
time,
one more.
catch us on Spotify, Apple Premium. Charot.
Oh, wow. Stealthy is asking one
I'm
final
dreaming
question.
big, Sensei.
One final question from
Yes.
Stealthy. Bias in Twice.
Bias in Twice? Oh no, this is a trick question because I don't like Twice.
I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say.
No, well, if I had to choose, right? If I had
Okay.
to choose, I'd probably choose Gio.
Ah,
I don't like Twice, but I know all of them. And to be
smudgy.
fair, I started out disliking them because to me they were like a copycat of SNSD.
Your hot take. Tell your hot
But
take.
yeah, yeah, they started out to me like as a clone of SNSD, which I dislike about them. And none of them could really sing exceptionally well.
Oof. Oof. The shots.
I say that in past tense.
In past
I say
tense.
that in past
Okay,
tense because
okay.
I think that they've improved a lot in that aspect. Specifically, Gio, Nayeon, Jonghyun, the trio of them. Also, I find Momo extremely hot. She's very hot. Also, naging sila ni Hichol, so kaya ko rin na nasubaybayan si Momo. I'm like, who is this Momo? Who is she? Why is she dating Hichol? I'm like, oh, I see why. Oh, she's hot. Okay. And then fighting for it.
Stealthy. Look.
Yeah.
Look.
But
yeah, say go ahead.
I will say, like I said, I used to dislike them. I'm kind of neutral towards them nowadays. But in their recent releases, actually, I really like. Like sunrise. It's very catchy. I will admit it's catchy, and I also really like their song "Can't Stop Me." Oh, I played that on repeat before. I was like, shit, am I liking Twice now? I guess I am. Yeah, so the moment they shifted their genre of music to more Europop, and medyo pa vaporwave sound,
Oh, they're doing that.
I started liking them more.
Okay.
But prior to that, kasi they were singing very cutesy songs. Like I hated TT to my very core.
Oh yeah, TT.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
remember
oh my
that
God,
song.
yes. No, 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 no. But apart from that, like nowadays, I catch myself listening to their songs. So,
Mm. That's what got me into Twice, TT.
well,
Okay.
different strokes for different
Yeah.
folks.
I'm
The
just
moment
going to.
when I first started listening to Twice, when I tried liking them, because I don't start out disliking a group, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I give him a shot. I give him a shot.
Yeah.
Um, I like their debut song, "Cheer Up." That
Cheer
was
up.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went downhill from there.
Mm.
To me, we're like, oh God, no, they're doing the cringe, cutesy stuff that I dislike. Yum, 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 no. Like it worked for SNSD for me because I was young. But when
Mm.
Twice came onto the scene, I was already old. So I was like,
Mm.
this ain't for me. This ain't for me, Chief.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I'm going to
And
say is.
I could see like, oh, they're really like taking notes from
Yeah.
SNSD because
Mm.
I can like pinpoint which concept they took from
Yeah.
SNSD
Okay.
in the early parts of their career. So
Okay.
yeah. Well, to be fair, they did try to copy like one of the best girl groups, so I can't blame them for that.
Mm. All I will say is, here in Motekyu, we advocate for having nuanced opinions, and I do not think changing
Mm-hmm.
one's stance is a sign of weakness. It's simply a sign of
Yeah.
maturity and development, and an acknowledgement that people are not static human beings. Our opinions can change. We're not stuck forever in a hot take that we made like 10 minutes ago or something. We could move on from there, right?
Mm.
30
Yeah.
minutes ago by now, I think. Yeah, bullying works.
It's fine.
No, it's like you can choose to not like a group and still like some of their songs. That's possible. That's not it's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, my dislike for Twice isn't personal the same way I'd also don't dislike BTS on a because of them
Yeah.
as personalities. It's really just I don't like their music. I don't like it.
And we just have music that we don't like, right? BTS and
Yeah,
Twice.
and
Imagine not
unfortunately,
liking BTS and Twice, like two of the really
I mean,
popular
to this
groups.
day, I still don't like BTS's music.
Yeah.
Hindi talaga it's not for me. But
Yeah.
Twice, I will say I like their music now.
Yeah.
The direction they're going in,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I like.
Exactly.
And also, they're just really sexy. I mean, when I see them, I'm like, oh shit, oh yeah, they look nice.
Mm.
Then they're not. It helps that they are styling themselves more maturely, and they're styling themselves more appropriate to their age.
Just be
And they
careful
also
saying that
look
around
really fit.
armies. Mm.
I don't care.
I mean, the take a while ago was very
Um,
nuanced and balanced. It's not that their
Yeah.
music is horrible or anything like that. It's just
I just like to troll
normal.
army sometimes because
Yeah.
they're so
They
they're
are very
so
passionate. The army is
up
very
in their
passionate.
asses
Yeah,
sometimes.
they
Like,
are.
oh,
I remember.
like come on, lighten up.
Yeah.
It's not personal.
Yeah. No, it's not everyone needs to like BTS, and if we don't like BTS, it doesn't mean that we don't like you. So don't make your personality
And
army.
and I guess it's just it's like a petty thing because when people find out like I like K-pop, they're like, oh, you like BTS? No, I don't.
No.
And I get sick of saying that. Like, no, I don't like BTS. What? You don't like BTS but you like K-pop? What? How?
K-pop is not BTS. and
BTS is not the only.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not the only K-pop group.
How dare
There's so
you-
many other more talented groups.
How
What?
dare you say that about my darling Jungkook? Still saying
Jungkook?
that in chat. Jungkook.
Oh.
Still saying that in chat.
You know what?
Who is
I
Jungkook
like
anyway?
BTS. I like how the BTS members look like, but sometimes I really just can't tell them apart. Up to this day. Who is Jungkook? Sorry. And may mistake ko si Jungkook and Jin sometimes.
Jungkook is... Who the heck is... I can't
All I
describe
know
who
is
Jungkook
that
is.
V is like the cutest for me, maybe. And then I think I also like Jin, but I sometimes mistake Jin for Jungkook. And then the other three are pangit to me, so I don't really care for them.
Jungkook has the positions of center,
Even though I
vocalist,
know the
dancer,
others
visual,
are,
and maknae. What the heck? Yeah, so that means he has everything. Okay, then. That doesn't
yeah,
help.
I guess.
That doesn't help.
The other three I know are very talented rappers, but I'm mababaw like that. If I don't like how they look, and I also don't like their music, then why am I here?
Mm, I'm a talented rapper too. I incorporate origami in my gift wraps. Anyway,
Right.
with that said,
That being said, say.
we need to go. Yes, we
Mm,
do need to go. Oh, see, Saltifu, what did you do? You triggered Nyaakasen. We were about to end 10 minutes ago.
Oo nga eh. Then,
Yeah. So what was I saying a
kala
while
ko
ago?
stealthy
Yeah.
fu, you're not stealthy.
So sorry. Sorry for the abrupt, what might be an abrupt end to our stream, but would you like to say 2 minutes only, please, maximum, final words, Nyakasen, before we go raid out someone? Wanna say goodbye to chat or something, like final words?
Thanks guys for bearing with my
Perfect.
hot takes.
Yeah. And I
Yes.
appreciate everyone's passion
Watch
in
out
the
for
chat
more.
tonight.
Hehehe.
Yeah. And I appreciate Nyakasen's passion and everyone's passion in chat. Just goes to show, right? That
K-pop is just fun, it's just for
K-pop is
fun.
Yeah, K-pop attracts a whole slew of different people with different tastes and different interests, and
Yeah.
it's
Like,
fun. It's fun. I used to not like
yeah, like I said earlier,
Mm.
right? Like I said earlier, K-pop is not a genre of music. It's an umbrella term
It's an
for
umbrella term.
anything and everything that's popular coming
In
from
Korea.
Korea nowadays.
Yeah.
So it will encompass a wide gamut of
Yes.
musical genres.
Exactly.
And that will, attract a lot of different people with different tastes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just shared my tastes.
Yes. And speaking of wide gamut, I think that's it for our stream tonight. Thank you everyone for watching tonight's stream, for tuning in up until this hour. I really appreciate all of you hanging out with us tonight, chatting with us, expressing whatever it is that you like to express, whether it is against what we like or it's in support of what we like. I appreciate all of it. Thank you to... Do we have any new followers today? Yeah, I don't think we did. But anyway, what else do I usually say? Gosh, I am flustered because of the final explosion of the final outburst of of warlike words. We're going to raid. I think we're gonna raid Hal tonight. Hal is still streaming, although I think they're about to end their stream, which is the perfect time to raid them, right? That's a perfect time to raid anyone when they're about to end their stream. So we'll raid Hal. Next week's stream would be next week's stream would be, I'm not sure yet. Watch out tomorrow for my schedule for next week. We'll see if I might take a lighter load, just to have a little bit of rest. And yeah. Oh, you want to say goodbye through the better microphone so people hear your actual voice?
Oh, I'm still connected to my microphone. Okay, wait. Oh no, I'm being boomer. Oh.
All right, bye chat. Thank you for tuning in.
There you go. And with that, bye-bye everyone. Take care of the environment, take care of each other, and take care of yourselves. Our raid message tonight is what's our raid message for tonight? BTS twice raid.
Oh my god!
That's our raid message, is BTS twice. Okay. Let me set up the raid now. Okay, that's a raid message.
No, make it like a once army raid.
Okay, that's better. Once army raid. Yeah. And no. Hal won't understand. I think Hal would understand better if it's BTS twice. Let's just go with BTS twice. Let me set up the raid now. Let's go before Hal disconnects. I wanna have him extend his stream a few more minutes. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Then sayonara. Bye 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 bye. Okay, let's go.